Kansas City, as you take a look at Elvis Grbac in the middle of his best season, coming off his first 300-yard passing game in 3 years. DARYL, he is the 5th-rated quarterback in the NFL.
And the great thing today on the NFL Today with Leslie Visser, when she did the story on this rivalry, Elvis Grbac loves playing in this environment. That's a huge thing for your offensive leader.
Number Kansas City 21, first down and 10. Anders is in the backfield, and Grbac right to work. Got a good back from Blackshick. Goes a pass high and uncatchable for tight end Tony Gonzalez. He was covered by Pope and Beekert. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Kansas City's offense has averaged 30 points a game the last 6 weeks. Tate, Blackshear, Willis taking the place of Grunhard, Will Shields, and Victor Riley. In the backfield, Kimball Anders, Richardson, with receivers Alexander and Sylvester Morris back in the tight end Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez and Derek Alexander get a lot of the publicity, but Sylvester Morris will open things up on the backside for both of them.
Look at Kimball Anders, 2nd down and 10 from the 21. A block by Tate. Here comes the rush. Screen pass, but all over it, William Thomas after the catch by Tony Richardson. Down with a fight ensuing at the 30-yard line. They have to be separated, losing 2 on the play. And Gonzalez is the one who got tangled up with 49, Marquez Pope. Now the Oakland Raider defense. They have 6 new starters this season. Bryant, Jackson, Russell, and Upshaw taking the place of Lance Johnstone. Linebackers today, Beekert in the middle, one of the best in the business with Thomas and Alexander. In the secondary, Woodson, Dorsett, Pope, and Eric Allen.
Look for Charles Woodson to be matched up against Derek Alexander all afternoon.
On the 19, 3rd down and 12. Good block by Richardson. A pass across the middle. Caught by Kevin Lockett. Stiff arms his way into the tackle of Darian Gordon. It's a gain of 7, but Kansas City is shy of the 1st down, and they've got a punt the first time they got the ball today.
And the big difference today from what we saw last week at San Diego is the emotion that the Raiders are playing with. They came out and played flat the entire game, were outplayed the entire time. Lucky to leave that stadium with a victory. They've gotten off to a great start emotionally today.
And now here's Todd Sauerbrunn to punt with Darian Gordon back inside his 34 of the Raiders. Gordon, the ex-San Diego Charger and Denver Bronco. He set up the return on the punt by Sauerbrunn. Gordon from his own 25-yard line. He gets a block from Dorsett. He's chased by Wesley and brought down at the 34-yard line. Flag is down at the 32. 49-yard punt, 9-yard return. And as we mentioned, the flag is on the field. Wesley is one of those great rookies for the Chiefs in the secondary. And our referee today, very good crew, headed up by Ron Winner. It's about 65 and a little bit of cloud cover ahead, but very pleasant day and absolutely perfect day for football here in the Bay Area.
During the return, return 10 yards.
I think you said 87 as Mike was breaking up. That would be backup tight end Jeremy Brigham. As you take a look at Rich Gannon, 34 years of age, 9th-rated quarterback coming in today, a Pro Bowler a season ago. He played for the Chiefs for 4 seasons. And he takes it at the 20. First down and 10 yards to go. Dudley, the tight end, maneuvers himself. Brown is on the move. The handoff goes to Tyrone Wheatley, who is tripped up and brought down near the 29-yard line. That's a nice blocking ahead. 7-yard gain. Pat Dennis from the secondary, the Kansas City tackle. Raiders offense, 11th rated in the NFL. Sims, Wisniewski, Robbins, Collins, and Kennedy. Sims taking the place of Stinchcomb. They got Wheatley and Ritchie in the backfield, both injured, but both starting today. Brown and Jet with Dudley, the tight end.
And that will be the key. How long or how well can Tyrone Wheatley and John Ritchie play throughout the course of this football game?
Outside the 27, 2nd down, long 2 for Gannon. James Jett on the move. Good block by Kennedy. Time for Gannon. Slides a pass to Randy Jordan, a backup running back, chased by Edwards. Picks up a 1st down out near the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 for the 7th-year veteran Jordan. Once a Raider, then a Jacksonville Jaguar, now back in Oakland. Kansas City's defense has forced 8 turnovers the past 2 weeks. Browning taking the place of Hicks with McLaughlin, Williams, and Dwayne Clemens. Linebackers for Kansas City. Patton in the middle, flanked on one side by Bush, on the other side by the great Donnie Edwards. And the secondary with Dennis, Woods, Wesley, and James Hasty.
You saw the 2 rookies in the lineup. Gunther Cunningham wants to be aggressive today. They're going to have to match up man-to-man and play well this afternoon.
39-yard line. 1st and 10 after the 11-yard catch by Jordan. And the pass intercepted and dropped by rookie Barty. William Barty jumping in front of the veteran Andre Rison. Incomplete pass. Gunther Cunningham in his 2nd year as the head coach. He coached for the Raiders for 4 years. And one time recruited by ex-Raider coach John Madden when he was in high school at a little town called Lopoke, about a 7-hour drive from here. John Gruden is the youngest head coach in the NFL, 37 years of age, the father of 3 boys. Former quarterback at the University of Dayton. 2nd down 10 from the 39. Hand off to Wheatley. Runs into Patton, and then Patton holds on for dear life as the Michigan Wolverine Wheatley drags him for a couple. It's a gain of 6. And Patton makes the grab up near the 45-yard line.
And you've talked about Kansas City's lack of run defense as the play comes here. Here comes Donnie Edwards on the blitz in the middle. Marcus Patton will come across. But the big thing is the missed tackling. He gets up into the pile. There's not a lot of movement. He gets off the block, and watch Marcus Patton hold on for a little bit of a ride here. This was what happened the last time they played. They ran hard and they broke tackles. That's been Kansas City's problem defensively to this point.
Wheatley's got the high ankle sprain. 3rd down 4 from the 45. And Gannon with a good block from Sims, slides a pass into the grass of his running back for the 2nd time today. Randy Jordan, gain of 8 on 3rd and 4. He's into Kansas City territory at the 47-yard line.
And Randy Jordan, one of the guys that's going to have to step up today with the injuries to John Ritchie and Tyrone Wheatley. We're going to see some different combinations in the backfield. Randy Jordan is their 3rd and short running back. He's also a good receiver out of the backfield. He's going to have some good matchups with the linebackers today if Gunther Cunningham wants to pressure the quarterback.
Chiefs punted the first time they had the ball. This is the first possession for the Oakland Raiders. They've got a 1st down inside the Kansas City 48. Fake end around. Here comes Wheatley. Breaks a Patton tackle. Breaks a Woods tackle. He got a great block downfield from Rison. And finally knocked out of bounds by Wesley at the Kansas City 10. A gallop of 38 yards. Wesley finally made the touchdown-saving tackle, and Wheatley is hurt and down.
You're going to see the motion come across, and they're going to do a ghost play. The ball goes up inside, but again, there's great blocking up front. There's your missed tackle there by Marcus Patton. There's another missed tackle by Jerome Woods. A great block by Andre Rison downfield, and watch the tackle right on that bad angle of Tyrone Wheatley.
Big play by Wheatley, and we've got an injury timeout on the field.
Okay, let's do it. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato more.
Enter Southwest Airlines, take your team to the Super Bowl sweepstakes, and you could win a free trip to the big game for you and 10 friends.
My mother said to pick the very best one, and you are not it.
Now, how you choose them, that's up to you.
For details, visit Southwest.com or any gate at Southwest Airlines, the official airline of Super Bowl 35.
Looking to save more and spend less this holiday season? With the Chrysler Holiday Sale, you can do just that. Because now you can save over $2,300 when you buy a new 2001 Town & Country LX with 4.9% financing. Or choose up to $3,000 cash allowance when you buy a new 2000 Chrysler minivan. So take advantage of the Chrysler Holiday Sale today for savings that let you spend more on a real holiday priority, yourself.
Our first lesson this morning will be the sit and stay command. And say sit, stay, sit, stay, sit, stay.
This dog's in big trouble.
Buy online, return to the store.
No problem.
BestBuy.com. It wasn't that easy.
A letter marked urgent usually means someone is in urgent need of your money, and no one plays that game better than politicians. 60 Minutes tonight.
No score in Oakland. Now, Tyrone Wheatley is walking off the field right now. He was injured right before the break at the same ankle that he injured coming into the game, a high ankle sprain. Now, he has a history of playing with injury. Last year, he separated his shoulder against Chicago, came back the next week and rushed for 100 yards against Seattle. He is a tough guy, and he's up and running right now, back upstairs.
It's 1st and goal from the 10. Handoff going off to Napoleon Kaufman, devoured at the 10-yard line by Donnie Edwards. That was the 7th play of the opening drive of this game for the Raiders as they attend to Tyrone Wheatley on the sideline.
And you saw at the end of that play when Greg Wesley made the tackle, he was wrapped up down low. Now what a high ankle sprain is, most people have the lateral movement in the ankle when they sprain it. The high ankle sprain is when the foot is flexed and it gets trapped. It's much different. It's much harder to come back for. You lose a lot of the strength and mobility of that joint. It's a little bit more serious than just your normal ankle sprain.
Second down goal at the 10. Gannon with the nice block from Wisniewski. Scrambling, tosses in the end zone. Touchdown, Andre Rison. And a flag is resting at the 2. The flag is down at the 2. It's against the Chiefs. Count the 6 for the Oakland Raiders. Andre Rison with his 2nd touchdown reception of the season.
Now, Rich Gannon is considered a scrambling quarterback, a la Dante Culpepper, Donovan McNabb, but watch the presence at the line of scrimmage. You see how he's moving forward, but he's always looking downfield. William Barty left his man to come up and make a play on Rich Gannon. He left him alone in the end zone for the touchdown. The Raiders have to be disciplined in their rush lanes when they rush the quarterback, and they have to be disciplined in coverage to stay with their man.
Leckler taking the place of Janikowski, puts it up and in. They've got a new holder because Leckler would hold for Janikowski. Andre Rison, who played for the Kansas City Chiefs 3 seasons, gets him early.
Looking to save more and spend less this holiday season? With the Chrysler Holiday Sale, you can do just that. Because now you can save over $5,100 when you buy a new 2000 Concorde LX with 0% financing. Or choose a low $259 lease on the award-winning 2001 Sebring LX sedan. So take advantage of the Chrysler Holiday Sale today for savings that let you spend more on a real holiday priority, yourself.
So I can order HBO, right?
Yes, sir. Actually, 7 of them.
So it's got a pretty clear picture then?
100% digital quality.
Football?
Up to 13 NFL games every Sunday if you want them.
I love you.
I know, sir.
Now get free professional installation when you buy a DirecTV system and sign up for Total Choice programming.
Hi.
Hey guys, you give me a hand carrying this stuff up to the 3rd floor?
Love to, but we're late for this thing.
Yeah, sorry. That's cool. You know, those stairs are kind of tricky.
Yeah. Oh, I got this. That's it. Mind if we help ourselves to some of your underwear?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
I don't need you guys to help me unpack.
Make it a Bud Light.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. Monster.com for work, life, possibilities. And by Chrysler, we're reinventing the passion for driving.
Raiders scoring on their first possession. Wheatley had a 38-yard run. Rison had the 10-yard touchdown catch. The ensuing kickoff by Leckler. On a bounce, Mike Cloud bobbles it. It goes into the end zone, and he falls to a knee. And onto the 20-yard line. Cloud had a tough time last week getting a kickoff in Seattle.
And this is a change that Gunther Cunningham made. He wasn't happy with Dante Hall as a kick returner. He went to Mike Cloud for a bigger, more physical runner, and he has made 2 poor decisions so far on the kickoffs.
Wheatley's 38-yard run set up the Oakland touchdown.
And in business news, we are drawing closer to Ted's decision day. Sources close to Ted say that he is looking forward.
Man, this Ted must be something.
Get me this Ted.
Get me this Ted.
Get me this Ted.
I'm on that.
What do you mean we haven't heard from Ted yet?
Well, I've heard he's had quite a few offers.
Then play hardball, boy. Send him a fruit basket.
Hey, Ted. Any response from Monster yet?
Mm-hmm. Get your name out there. Put your resume on Monster.com.
Oh, yes, a brilliant move. Galway scampering across the goal to stop it. They just couldn't seem to get enough players forward before. He showing good fluid movement. To the right, the left. This is another aggressive charge down the flank. He's timed his run to absolute perfection. 2 defenders to beat. He's passed one. This is looking like a chance as he takes the shot in.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Looking to save more and spend less this holiday season? With the Chrysler Holiday Sale, you can do just that. Because now you can save over $2,300 when you buy a new 2001 Town & Country LX with 4.9% financing. Or choose up to $3,000 cash allowance when you buy a new 2000 Chrysler minivan. So take advantage of the Chrysler Holiday Sale today for savings that let you spend more on a real holiday priority, yourself.
Friday night on The Late Show, it was the return of Madonna.
You're so bullshitting me.
Here we go again! Monday, Dave's All-Star November continues.
I'll be telling you which teams are headed uptown and which teams are headed downtown.
I'll tell you why he's wrong.
After the kickoff, Kansas City, second possession from the 21st and 10. Gerback slings a pass, which is dropped by Derek Alexander. Incomplete. And covered on the play by Marquez Pope. And moments ago, this not a good sign if you're a Raider fan, is Tyrone Wheatley hobbling off the field into the locker room.
But if that's all he does this afternoon, he put them in position to get 7 points. He was questionable coming into the game. It was a game-time decision. He did an excellent job on that opening drive. If that's all he can give John Gruden, he gave him 7 points.
After the incompletion, second down and 10. This is Anders in motion out of the backfield. The block by Tate, the quick throw. It's caught by Tony Gonzalez, who takes the group past the 30. Finally brought down by Eric Allen after a gain of 13 yards. He's out near the 32-yard line and a first down.
Rich Gannon's known as a scrambler. Here's William Barty and Andre Rison matched up down here. I want you to watch as he drops back and the coverage breaks down as he steps up. He always maintains his presence at the line of scrimmage. That's why they have to be disciplined. Look at William Barty lose track of Andre Rison in the back corner of the end zone. Rich Gannon has always got his eyes downfield when he's moving.
The Chiefs punt the first time they had the ball. Second possession. First down catch by Gonzalez. 33-yard line. First and 10. More blocking by Tate. And Gerback going deep down the sideline for Alexander. Incomplete. Shadowed by Charles Woodson. Second down and 10. Let's take our first trip to New York and Jim Nance.
Well, Kevin, we just had 2 overtime games end with 32-yard winning field goals. This is Steve Christie delivering the winner for the Bills. David Akers for the Eagles from the same yardage, 32 yards, as Philadelphia sweeps the season series on Dallas. Let's go back to Kevin and Daryl.
Jim, thank you. Buffalo beat the Jets last week on a kick by Christie. Now they have won 4 of 5 against the New England Patriots. Buffalo is hot. Second down and 10. Gerback hit. Crumbles to the ground, throws deep, and it's caught by Sylvester Morris. Dancing with Dorsett, takes it down to the Raider 20. Morris inactive last week with the shoulder, which was in a sling, a 47-yard pickup. And the celebrated rookie out of Jackson State, with Andre Rison gone from the Chiefs, this kid has flourished.
When you talk to anybody on the Kansas City Chiefs or against their opponents, the one thing they say that Elvis Gerback is doing this year is he's staying in the pocket because he knows his guys are going to break coverage eventually. He used to have happy feet and move around a little bit. Now he has the confidence in his protection and the guys downfield. He'll hang there for that extra second necessary.
The Chiefs haven't run the ball all day from the 21st and 10. Gerback throwing and intercepted by Charles Woodson. Chased by Willis, chased by Shields, belted by Tate, and Elvis Gerback has thrown his 4th interception in 5 quarters. Woodson gets his 2nd interception of the season. And it came with Kansas City deep in Raider territory.
And along with that confidence in your receiver's abilities comes the tendency to force a ball into coverage. Right there they had the coverage above and below. Charles Woodson underneath. Elvis Gerback tries to fit a ball in tight. Charles Woodson makes the play for the interception.
And it's been a long time since Elvis has thrown a pick against the Raiders, who now begin it at their 28-yard line. First down and 10. Gannon changing the play. And the handoff goes to Kaufman, who is wrapped up by Marcus Patton, the ex-Buffalo Bill, Washington Redskin, and current Chief, and a loss of 1 on the play.
And a lot of people will talk about blitzes designed to take away the passing game, but both these teams will utilize run blitzes. You saw Rich Gannon audibling at the line. They know that they're going to audible the different runs. They had a run blitz on there. Marcus Patton comes free. He's clear in the backfield to make the tackle.
You like it when they blitz?
It's very difficult because it changes blocking schemes. You don't get that angle on your block, and all of a sudden everything's changing in a split second. It's tough to adjust.
Second down, 11 inside the 27. The fake to Kaufman. Good block by Ritchie, and the pass is caught by wide receiver Tim Brown. Tackled by Dennis. Flag on the play, and where it stands right now is near the 40-yard line, a gain of 14 yards. Lou Bush is pleading his case, and it appears as though it's against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll tell you what, the firepower of both Brown and Rison is very formidable for a young secondary of Kansas City.
And this is the first time in Tim Brown's career that he's had a definite
holding. 51 defense. Penalties decline. Play results in first down.
Although that's on linebacker Bush.
Yeah, he has that definite receiver on the opposite side right now, and that's what's going to help Tim Brown. He's not going to have the catches that he's had in his past career years, but he's going to do a lot of different things in this offense, and it's also going to make the team better because now they've got threats on both sides.
Raiders came into today winning 5 consecutive games. Chiefs have won 5 of 6. First and 10, play action by Gannon. Everybody bites, and the pass is caught near midfield for a second consecutive time. Tim Brown, they're picking on Dennis, who picks up 13 yards again. And let's check in downstairs with Beasley Reese.
Thanks a lot, guys. You know, Rich Gannon for years was the quarterback who runs a 4.5 40, but relegated to the backup role. Well, now the game has evolved to Rich Gannon. The mobile quarterback is all the rage, and Rich Gannon is making the most of it back upstairs.
He's a good one. He and Dante Culpepper are tied for the NFL lead with 4 rushing touchdowns. Denver with a quick lead on the Jets. Here's 7-0 Raiders from the Chiefs 46. First and 10. Great time for Gannon. He's chased on the play by Browning, and he throws a pass which is caught for a 3rd consecutive time for a first down by Tim Brown. A gain of 13 yards moments ago, a gain of 11 right there. And John Browning pushed him out of bounds. Gannon on the money.
And this is just something that is kind of born between a quarterback and a wide receiver. This is just a great adjustment by Tim Brown on the veteran James Hasty. He sees his quarterback in trouble, he changes his route, and he comes back. You'll see Rich Gannon scramble out to his right. Already Tim Brown is breaking to the sideline. You can see James Hasty there that had slipped in the coverage. That's just great communication between quarterback and wide receiver.
Chiefs 36, first and 10 for the Raiders. Jet in motion. And the delayed handoff goes up the middle for Kaufman with very little there. And brought on down by Marcus Patton again. So it'll be second down. Chiefs have won out here in Oakland the last 3 consecutive games. Dr. Cunningham, who knows this Raider organization well, and left on some bitter terms with Al Davis in the organization.
Yeah, I think this is a big week for Gunther. He talked about going up-tempo this past week and putting the pads back on after having them off in preparation for Seattle. This game means a lot to him. He won't admit it, but it really does.
Second and 11 from the Kansas City 37. The pump fake, which held the defense, and there he throws out to tight end Ricky Dudley. Grabbed from behind by ex-Raider Chester McLaughlin. He's inside the Kansas City 30. He picks up 8 yards on the play. Now, Ricky Dudley has not been the kind of force he was a season ago.
He's kind of disappeared in this offense. With Andre Rison coming in, they've really done a great job on the outside. But Ricky Dudley is very important for this football team to step up and play how he did last year. It's really going to open things up inside in the passing game if he controls the area between the hashes against the linebackers.
Has Rison taken some of his passes, you think?
I think he has. I think there's only enough balls that you can throw to everybody. So if his numbers are down, it's probably because Andre Rison's numbers are up.
From the Chiefs 29, 3rd and 3 for the Raiders. Set up on a Woodson interception. Quick pass. Leaping catch by the fullback, John Ritchie. Belted by Wesley and brought down near the 22-yard line on a gain of 7. Ritchie came in with a bad calf today, but he does start. Raiders came into today as a team 7-1.
And the bad thing with the Oakland Raiders is their second half of the season, they have really struggled down the stretch. Their defense has to not avoid giving up the deep ball today. They've done a great job with that, with only 15 plays of 20 yards or more. And then the Sebastian Janikowski status, obviously he is out now. That decision has already been made. We'll see what kind of impact that has.
John Gruden's getting a great performance out of the 13-year veteran Gannon. 8 of 9. He's hit 7 consecutive passes. First and 10, Chiefs 22. and changing the play at the line again. You see the play clock. Hand off to Kaufman, blocked by Ritchie, then tangled up by Clemens and by Tyrone Williams, number 96. It's a gain of 3. Williams, the former Chicago Bear and Philadelphia Eagle, he was cut in late September and picked up by Kansas City.
In this West Coast style of offense that John Gruden has brought to the Oakland Raiders, they will throw the ball short to control the clock. You'll see they'll have the long control drives. The passing games becomes kind of a part of their running game, and especially with the injuries today in the backfield, it's going to be important for them to be effective in that short passing game.
Chiefs 19, second down 7. Raiders on the move again, 9th play of their drive. Cannon, good block from Kennedy, and he throws deep looking for Brown, who had shed the coverage of the rookie Dennis. Incomplete pass. Now it'll be 3rd down.
And this is one of the things that we talked about earlier on, the fact that if Gunther Cunningham wants to be aggressive, he's going to have to take chances with the young guys. Watch the veteran Tim Brown set up Pat Dennis. He breaks to the corner free, and Rich Gannon just misses him by a little bit. But they really exploited that man-to-man coverage right there.
Pro Bowler a season ago, Rich Gannon. He's played for the Vikings, the Redskins, initially drafted in the NFL by the Patriots as a defensive back. 3rd and 7. Raiders are 2 of 2 on 3rd down today. From the Chiefs 19. Another block by Kennedy and by Sims in the pass. Caught. Rising again, dancing his way to the 1. Another flag has been thrown. It's back at the 22 as the game stands right now, 18 yards. And it's against the Raiders, so wipe away the 18-yard gain.
And this is the passing game that we've been talking about. It's just under control. Everybody's out in the routes. It's short. It's to medium lengths on the field. It's just a ball control style of offense. It's a la what the San Francisco 49ers have
use of
done.
hands to the face. Number 65, offense. A 10-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
And I think it really puts a premium on the tackling problems that Kansas City has had, because the ball will be thrown underneath. They will be forced to come up and make tackles.
Sims Gildy taking the place of Stinchcomb. All this set up on the interception by Charles Woodson with the Chiefs at the 20 of the Oakland Raiders.
An opportunity to get back into the game with an early field goal or touchdown. Charles Woodson makes a big play, turns the tide back to the emotion for the Oakland Raiders.
3rd and 17. You see the penalties on the Raiders and where they rank from the 29 of Kansas City. Good block by Ritchie. And a pass by Gannon, caught. And who else but Tim Brown? Someday he will be in Canton. A pickup of 21 on 3rd and 17.
And this is that same matchup that we just saw a little while ago. It's Tim Brown on Patrick Dennis. He turns him again to the outside. This time, Rich Gannon delivers the ball for completion.
On this drive, well, it's been authored by Tim Brown. Gains of 13 yards, 11 yards, and 21 yards. And now they got him 1st and goal at the Kansas City 8.
And that play all started with great protection by John Ritchie and Napoleon Kaufman with blocks on linebackers that were blitzing.
1st and goal. It's Kaufman slithering his way. Broke the tackle of Edwards. Looking to go on a fumble. It's in the end zone, and the Chiefs have recovered Marcus Patton. But did they mark him down at the 1? That is the question now. Obviously, Kansas City has recovered the ball, but was he down at the 1?
We're going to look right here to see if he was down on the play. Napoleon Kaufman coming through, and watch the missed tackles again. Kansas City continues to miss tackles. As he lunges forward, he is up. That ball is out before his knee is down.
You know that will be reviewable. And we've yet to see the red flag on the Kansas City side. I think it's loose. 2nd and goal at the 1, and now they just get him literally by the skin of their teeth. They stop that play.
And some teams actually have a play in their offense where if they know that the play is going to be reviewed and there's a chance it could be overturned, they get up and do a quick snap and get on to the next play.
They should have.
They really should have, because if the replay was shown here, they know that he was not down.
Ron Winter now saying there is a coach's challenge from the Kansas City side, and this is signaled by a red flag that is thrown out on the field by Gunther Cunningham.
And there's a red flag right there thrown by Gunther Cunningham. They can also buzz them on their little headsets.
Raiders off to their best start since 1984. They're in 1st place in the AFC West coming in. And this is the second meeting between these two teams this season. A Janikowski game-winning field goal. Raiders had 13 unanswered points in the second half, outrushing the Chiefs 161-58, and they beat them by 3 at Arrowhead Stadium. But this game has very big consequences. Already the Raiders, Darryl, with a 2-game lead, a loss here by the Chiefs, 3 down with 7 to play. And you don't like to use the term must win at this point of the season, but it really does. We're getting into November. We're getting into that time of year where the games become very important. And the big thing is, if they lose today, they are 3 back with 7 games to go. So this gets close to being one of those must-win situations for the Kansas City Chiefs. But at the end of this run, watch the momentum that Napoleon Kaufman uses with his arm right as he's going down. I don't even know if he's hit, but as he lunges right after this, he'll lunge right now, and you'll see his arm come up. That ball is out before his knee is down. Well, there is a huge discussion on the Kansas City sideline with Ron Winter, our referee, and a couple officials. And while all this is going on, as they have not even reviewed the play yet, they have not even gone to look at the monitor on the sideline. Tyrone Wheatley has emerged from the Raiders locker room with the high ankle sprain and all, probably retaped. Is that what would have happened to you with the Cowboys? Would you have gotten a retape on that ankle? They can go back inside and they can say that we'll put a little bit stronger tape on it. There's some different things they can do, but the only thing that is going to play a factor here is that down by contact is not reviewable. And if that is what they have ruled,
the ruling on the field is that the runner was down by contact. That is the play that cannot be challenged. Kansas City is charged with a timeout.
Well, if it's not allowed in the first place, how can you take a timeout away from him? He shouldn't have been allowed to challenge if it's unchallengeable. It's like signing an illegal contract. It doesn't make any difference anyway because it's illegal. And one more look. Well, the Oakland Raiders are just very fortunate this is an unreviewable play because obviously Napoleon Kaufman is still up. He's not down when this ball comes loose. Right here at the end as he lunges and throws that arm forward, he's obviously above the ground. He's not down. It's a referee's decision. It's human error. It's part of the game of football. But it is a mistake, and he had not touched the ground. No. Fortunately for Oakland, it's an unreviewable play. Zach Crockett in the backfield, 2nd and goal at the 1. Ritchie is the lead back. The elephant backfield in for the Raiders. Hand off to Crockett. Pierces the goal line. Touchdown, Raiders. His 2nd touchdown of the season on the ground. And this is just all attitude down on the goal line. There's nothing fancy when you get into these situations. It's just smash mouth football. Straight ahead, they bring in Zach Crockett, the big back, put him behind John Ritchie, and just go for the end zone. John Ritchie with a nice block on Mike Maslowski gives Zach Crockett the chance to get up and over the top. Texas A&M rookie Shane Leckler, a 5th-round draft choice, taking the place of the injured Janikowski. Gannon on the hold, Adam True at the snap, and Zach Crockett punches it in. It was set up on a Charles Woodson interception. The Raiders are blanking the Chiefs.
Looking to save more and spend less this holiday season? With the Chrysler Holiday Sale, you can do just that. Because now you can save over $2,300 when you buy a new 2001 Town & Country LX with 4.9% financing. Or choose up to $3,000 cash allowance when you buy a new 2000 Chrysler minivan. So take advantage of the Chrysler Holiday Sale today for savings that let you spend more on a real holiday priority, yourself.
Thank you for calling the Speedy Glue Helpline. Your call will be answered in 82 minutes.
Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers. Peanuts, caramel, and chocolate. That ought to hold you.
Please stick with us.
Hungry? Grab a Snickers.
I wish I was home, homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escape, and home, where my music's playing.
New MSN Explorer. Everything you need to feel at home on the web, all in one place.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Snickers. Hungry? Grab a Snickers. And by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Beautiful day across the bay. You take a look at Alcatraz. Chiefs are in jail right now, trailing 14-0. Rising touchdown reception and a Crockett 1-yard touchdown plunge. The ensuing kickoff by Leckler on a bounce taken by Cloud near the 5. Harry Parker with the block. Finds a scheme. Good block on the play by Bracy Walker. Chased across the way by Calvin Branch and finally tackled by the Raiders' reserve wide receiver David Dunn. Raiders are coming in on a touchdown moments ago, set up on the interception by Charles Woodson. And then Rich Gannon through the air went 6 of 7 on the drive.
Taxi! Excuse me, this is my cab.
Okay, look, I'm sorry.
Are you going downtown? Because I'm going downtown. Come on, let's share the cab.
Why not?
You're with Fidelity.
That's right.
Let me ask you something. I still have a 401k from a job that I had 3 jobs ago. Can I move that?
Most of the time, sure. It's called a rollover. We do them all the time.
Really?
We can do all the paperwork, and then you just sign, roll it into an IRA, and you can buy stocks or mutual funds, whatever you're comfortable with.
And I'd be in control of it?
Sure.
That's great. Get my life down to 1 sheet of paper.
To invest, call, click, or visit Fidelity.
Oh, yeah, that's a first down. Way to read the D. That's what I'm talking about.
Can't get enough football? Grab a Miller Lite, and anytime is Miller time.
Who's calling these plays? Put in a backup.
Okay, here we go. Push, push. Beautiful baby coming.
Yeah! Nice catch. Good hands.
Can't get enough football? Grab a Miller Lite, and anytime is Miller time.
It's unnecessary roughness.
Lou holds leads South Carolina into battle against the beast of the SEC East, Florida. A showdown in the swamp for conference supremacy. Next Saturday on CBS.
And the great views you're seeing today of play on the field being brought to you by Monster.com's Blimp Skeeter. Monster.com operates 2 blimps in the U.S. If you got a blimp, it might as well be a Monster. From the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 for Gerback, who threw an interception the last time. Good block by Tate. And the pass caught by reserve tight end Troy Drayton. And the ex-Ram and Dolphin goes down to the Raider 38. Gain of 21 on the play, and the tackle made by linebacker Elijah Alexander.
And that just shows you the amount of weapons that this Kansas City offense has when you look at Derek Alexander, Sylvester Morris, Tony Gonzalez, and now Troy Drayton coming from the right side of your screen. He just releases across. He gets missed in coverage. And again, Elvis Gerback with the patience to stand in the pocket and let the plays develop and find that open receiver.
The veteran Drayton with the catch to the Oakland 39, 1st and 10. Handoff to Donnell Bennett. He fumbled the ball and it's loose, and the Raiders say they've got it, and they do. Donnell Bennett has been out 7 games because of a sprained foot. Activated this week on his first carry in almost 2 months. He fumbles the ball.
And that was their first rushing attempt this afternoon. No wonder they've been throwing the ball all afternoon up until this point. But this play looks very strange from the start. You just see Elvis Gerback will come off of the center. He's reaching right away. He looks like he even kind of pulls something. The ball never gets there.
Well, a flag had been thrown on the play, so the fumble is wiped out. And the flag came late from the line judge on the near side. So the flag is against the Raiders. It's a 5-yard penalty. Offsides down to the 34-yard line, and the Chiefs escape a ball.
Well, they get a little one back from that call down on the 1-yard line. So
it's 1st down. Gerback throwing deep for Gonzalez. Oh! What a catch by Tony Gonzalez to the 5 of the Raiders. The leading tight end receiver receiver in the NFL. A 29-yard pickup, first and goal, Kansas City.
Here's Johnny Harris. Oh, what do you do in this situation? This is just a great catch. You can't defend that any better.
Unbelievable.
Seattle is surrounded by water. And then it rains. And that means car accidents. When that happens, are you going to have a State Farm agent who knows you personally? Or are you going to have no agent and hope for the best?
Over 16,000 State Farm agents.
Our rates are very competitive.
It's no accident. They insure more cars than anyone else.
I'm going to be getting some calls today.
The new economy won't be like the old new economy. The new economy will have new ideas. Ideas like profitability. With powerful e-business solutions, the new economy will be about how well you run your e-business, not just how well you promote it. SAP.
A chunky Super Bowl moment. Terrell Davis's mom filled him up right with new Campbell's Chunky Grilled Sirloin and Vegetables. Fired up by this chunky grilled classic, Terrell made like grilled steak and sizzled.
Look, Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Ellie's renting again. And Enterprise picked her up again. She said Enterprise picks her up free.
Free?
Free.
Now that makes renting easy.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
It was the trial of the century. These lawyers were the dream team. But behind closed doors...
Please don't embarrass us.
It was a nightmare.
I find this damn insulting.
It's the mini-series OJ doesn't want you to see.
I had a lie detector exam. He gave a wrong answer to just about every question.
American Tragedy, CBS next Sunday.
We begin the second quarter with the Chiefs. First and goal at the Raider 5. A spectacular 29-yard reception by Tony Gonzalez. Gave him this position. The handoff to Bennett. Holds on to it here. Breaks a tackle on the play of Brooks. And is near the 5 with no gain on the play. And Josh Taves, 99, got a hold of him. So it'll be second down and goal.
Gunther Cunningham was very excited to have Donnell Bennett back in the lineup. He wanted that power runner. He thought it was going to be an advantage for him, but he fumbled on the first carry. They were fortunate to get that ball back, and he just doesn't look like he's in sync right now. He looks like he's a step behind everybody else after that long layup.
Second and goal at the 5. Bennett again. There's a block by Willis and by Shields, and Bennett hopping his way and plunging to the 2. On a gain of 2, and Charles Woodson, along with Grady Jackson there to make the stop. Raiders are on top on a 10-yard touchdown pass from Gannon to Rison and a 1-yard touchdown run by Crockett. They have a tackle eligible. That's Spears at the bottom of your screen. Third and goal at the 2. Fake handoff, play action. Here comes the rush. Gerback running for his life and chased by Reagan Upshaw, and the pass is incomplete at the 1 to fullback Tony Richardson. A flag is down at the 11.
Elvis Gerback signaling it's on the Raiders.
Look at John Gruden, Kevin Harlan, Daryl Johnston, Beasley Reese from Oakland, California on a wonderful day for football. Oakland on top on Kansas City, 14-0. Raiders in first place at 7-1 by 2 games over second place Kansas City.
Holding. 53. Defense. Penalized half the distance to the goal. And a first down.
Travian Smith, a third-year linebacker from Oklahoma.
Is reporting eligible. Number 70 is reporting eligible.
That's Marcus Spears, number 70. Bennett remains in the game. First and goal at the 1. Gonzalez in motion. And the handoff. And a touchdown. Finally, they give it to Tony Richardson. Great fake by Gerback. The delayed call. Some nice blocking up front. Blackshear, the center Willis, and the other guard Shields.
It was a good thing they were going to the right because they had a lot of penetration on the left side. That play would have been stuffed. You'll see right there, Josh Taves getting through, Elijah Alexander getting through. They bit on the fake, but Elvis had slipped the ball to Tony Richardson going on the right side.
Raiders defense gives up their first rushing touchdown in the last 7 games. Todd Peterson, the ex-Seahawk, puts it through on the extra point. And Tony Richardson with his 2nd touchdown run of the season. And the Chiefs cut the Raider lead in half.
Our company needed managed internet solutions. PSINet delivered.
We needed managed web hosting. PSINet fit the bill.
I wanted multi-currency e-commerce. PSINet was there in over 160 currencies.
We needed transaction solutions. PSINet executed the specifications on time.
Simply put, I needed everything, and PSINet gave it to me.
Your business internet opportunity is knocking. Open the door. Call or contact us today.
It has been completely redesigned, so it is more powerful, safer, quieter, and more spacious, with ultra-low emissions and improved fuel economy. Introducing the all-new Civic from Honda. Amazing, but true.
Why can't they park in the garage like everyone else?
Introducing the new Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut. It's like a pizza inside a pizza. You get more cheese, more crust, and it's packed inside an already outrageous pizza. It's one thin crust piled with 6 cheeses, then sealed with another thin crust and even more cheese. Oh, yeah! So how do we get it all in? Hey, we're Pizza Hut. We put cheese in places you've never dreamed of. Just $9.99. $9.99? That's not inside. That's insane. The Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut. Another one of the best pizzas under one roof.
They survived the island.
Hey, neighbor.
But can these castaways survive a night with Nash Bridges?
Oh, I'm shot! I'm shot! Oh!
An all-new Nash, CBS Friday.
Tony Gonzalez can make NFL history today with his 4th consecutive 100-yard receiving game. Moments ago, a spectacular 29-yard catch set a 1st and goal for the Chiefs. He's got 2 catches today for 42 yards, so he's almost halfway there. Kickoff by Peterson. Flag has been thrown already. The catch by David Dunn on the sideline. Branch with the block, and then he's finally brought down by reserve wide receiver Larry Parker and Gracie Walker. The 2 flags are resting back at the 35. Offsides the call. May have been the kicker's sauerkraut. We'll be interested to see what Ron Winter tells us.
Offside. 57 to the kicking team. The penalties decline. 1st down.
Tony Gonzalez poses a lot of problems for your defense. John Gruden calls him a very unique individual. He'll line up as a traditional tight end. He'll be in wing sets. He'll be out wide and motion in. He'll draw coverage from linebackers, from safeties, from cornerbacks. And when you make catches like that down the field, it doesn't matter who you put on him. He's just an incredible athlete.
From the 29-yard line, Raiders will have it. 1st down and 10 yards to go. They've gotten touchdowns with Risen through the air and Crockett on the ground. Darren Robbins, the center. There's somebody moved. That was Chester McLaughlin, who was called for offsides last week. He has 4 offsides already this season.
Encroachment. 75 defense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
Penalty on the aforementioned McLaughlin. Coming up in the NASDAQ.com halftime report, join Jim, Mike, and Craig for all the scores, all the highlights. A busy day in the NFL. On the NASDAQ.com halftime report here. 14-7, the Raiders on top of Kansas City. 34-yard line. 1st and 5. Handoff goes to the slippery Hoffman. Then finally brought down by Browning along with Dennis. A gain of a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
And Marcus Patton told us that he's going to be aware when Napoleon Kaufman is in the game because the running becomes a little bit different. They'll get the toss, crack, sweeps, the bounce plays. They don't run between the tackles as much with Napoleon as they do with Tyrone. So everybody on that defense right now aware of the fact that Napoleon's probably going to be carrying the ball the rest of the day.
Jets and Redskins are losing. Indianapolis upset today. All coming up next in the NASDAQ.com halftime. 2nd down and 2. Gannon again audibleizing from the 36. Nice block by the running back. Browning falls down. Time afforded Gannon. Now here comes Williams in the pass. Caught by Ritchie, who was wrapped up by Bush at about the 37-yard line. And a meager gain of 1.
And Rich Gannon showing you he's got some savvy, but he's also got an arm. And he's really improved this season. You look at the stats from 87 to 98, and then look what he's accomplished this season already. I think that is being more comfortable in this new environment that he's in. It's his 2nd year in this offensive system. You're always going to perform better that 2nd time as you become more familiar, not only with the offense, but with the players that are in the offense with you.
He had a career year last year. He's having a better season this year.
He really has. And I think the great thing that he does, we talked about it earlier, the fact that he has such presence at the line of scrimmage to pull those defenders off and dump the ball.
3rd down, long one from the 38. Quick strike, air side, caught. Dennis has wrapped himself around the receiver and about the 43-yard line. James Jett the catch. His first reception of the day, his 9th of the year, and the Raiders will move the chains.
And again, it's Pat Dennis that the Oakland Raiders are picking on. You saw earlier with Tim Brown a couple situations where they missed some deep passes, but here just a simple hitch route. Pat Dennis giving a little bit too much cushion, and James Jett's able to exploit that. When you go up against James Jett, your biggest worry is him getting down the field. So you want to have a little bit of a cushion out there, but Pat Dennis is going to be careful not to give him too much.
Jett at one time the fastest player in the NFL. Tyrone Wheatley is back in, 44-yard line, 1st and 10 Raiders. Brown in motion, handoff to Wheatley. High steps his way into the heart of Kansas City's defense. Woods makes the tackle, gain of 13 yards to the Kansas City 43. Another Raider 1st down.
And I really was surprised to see Tyrone Wheatley coming back into the game. It looked like he really re-injured that injured ankle, but he's showing no signs right here. And again, breaking tackles. Kansas City struggling to tackle the running backs. And the interesting thing on that, the last few weeks, we've seen Tim Brown come in motion and run that reverse to hold the backside pursuit. I'm waiting for him to give him that ball. They've been doing this for 3 weeks now.
Wheatley, 4 carries, 65 yards. From the Chiefs 43, 1st and 10. Good block by Sims. Here comes McLaughlin. Off balance is Gannon in his sidearm pass, while falling is incomplete to Tyrone Wheatley. Shades of Kenny Stabler as he's tackled against the Dolphins back in the 70s.
Chester McLaughlin right here. He's one of the guys in the interior that is just so quick and has such tremendous push. He beats Mo Collins immediately and is right into the backfield. Rich Gannon has no chance. But I tell you, that is a great ab-lib move. It saves you the sack. I mean, it gives you a chance at 2nd and 10.
He's awful smart.
Oh, and John Gruden talked about him, the preparation that he has for the game, the intelligence that he brings to the position. He really thinks he's been a huge plus for this organization.
2nd and 10, Raiders at the Kansas City 43. The pitch out to Wheatley, lead block by Sims. He breaks a tackle on the play of Martin. Down the sideline, work it Wheatley. Take it all the way to the Kansas City 25. 18-yard rumble by Tyrone Wheatley. Let go for the Giants, cut by Miami, and savored in Oakland.
And we talked about that Marcus Patton was going to be aware when Napoleon or Tyrone Wheatley was in. He's a between the tackle runner, but he's also got great breakaway speed. Now they're getting him to the outside, changing it up a little bit from what the Kansas City defense thinks they're going to get. He had an 80-yard run a few weeks ago against Seattle. He has tremendous speed for a big man.
83 yards right now, all the way to the Kansas City 25. Leading by a touchdown early 2nd quarter. 1st and 10 Gannon. Once again, Wheatley wrapped up this time and brought down by Donnie Edwards on a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 upcoming. Edwards, one of the most unheralded line. In fact, we've got 2 of them in the game. On the Kansas City side, Donnie Edwards, never a Pro Bowler, but with Pro Bowl numbers. On the Raiders side, Greg Beaker.
And I think just an unfortunate situation for Donnie Edwards and Greg Beaker being in the AFC on that inside linebacker or linebacker position when you've got Ray Lewis and Zach Thomas and Junior Seau. That position is really stacked in the AFC, but both of these players are excellent football players and deservedly should be in the Pro Bowl, but I think it's just a numbers game for them.
22-yard line, 2nd down 7. Here comes Williams. Gannon scrambling. Shuffles a pass off to Ritchie. Breaks a tackle from Wesley. Corkscrews his way to the 6. What a run by John Ritchie after the catch. A 16-yard gain. How Gannon got away. His seductive move gives the Raiders 1st and goal.
And that's what it is. He's very smart in what he does. He's not a true scrambler. You can see him moving around in the pocket, creating space. But while he's doing that, his eyes are always downfield. John Ritchie comes into view. He dumps the ball. It's 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Ritchie and Wheatley in the eye from the 6. 1st and goal. 9th play of the Raider drive. And changing the play again is the intelligent Raider quarterback, Rich Gannon. Handoff, Wheatley, a lead block by Ritchie, then wrapped up by Wesley and ridden down. No gain on the play. Wesley's been all over the place. I like this young rookie.
I tell you what, you need to remember this name, Greg Wesley. He was unheralded in the draft. He came, and a lot of people from Kansas City said, Greg, who is this guy? But he has played beyond his years this season. He's doing a tremendous job. He's had 3 huge hits already today.
Reggie Tongue was let go, went via free agency to Seattle. This kid took his place.
He's been starting since the season started, and he hasn't disappointed anybody. He is a physical presence in the secondary.
4 wide receivers deployed by Gannon. 2nd and goal at the 6. Handoff to Wheatley. Plugging the middle again is Kansas City's interior. All kinds of bodies in there. Dan Williams, Steve Martin, Chester McLaughlin, all authoring the stop. Clock continues to tick. We're halfway through the 2nd quarter.
And I've been very surprised to see the success that the Oakland Raiders have had running the football between the tackles on the Kansas City defense. I feel that that's the strongest part of the defense. Their down lineman, Marcus Patton, is a big physical run stopper. Very surprised to see how much success they've had running that ball in tight.
Well, it's 3rd and goal from the Kansas City 5. Make it just inside the 6. In motion is Brown. Gannon again. Pocket crumbles, the pass incomplete, and on the ricochet, caught by Risen. Do you believe that? Risen gets his 2nd touchdown reception of the season off the carom, off the ricochet of his tight end, Ricky Dudley.
And sometimes it's just better to be lucky than good. Ricky Dudley is that guy that we talked about that's kind of disappeared from the offense. Rich Gannon's trying to find him. He misses it, but Andre Rison is right there. Hey, still 7 points.
Gannon on the hold, the Adam True snap. And the kick by Leckler is up and in. Janikowski is out with a bacterial infection today.
You can see the move underneath right there. He gets separation from Jerome Woods. You can't defend that. You're expecting Ricky Dudley to make the catch. Andre Rison's right on the spot.
Hey!
Sorry. It's just too fun to drive. The all-new Civic Coupe from Honda. Amazing, but true.
A typical day for the IT manager. Everyone wants everything now. Luckily, there's CDW, your direct solutions provider. CDW uses 50,000 top-name products to give you complete systems, including custom configuration and pre-installed software. Why get hung up in work when CDW is here to make life easier? CDW, computing solutions built for business.
We asked the tough fans of the St. Paul Saints to test the Norelco Quadra Action Razor for 21 days.
Electric sting!
But when they tried it, they started to like this advanced Norelco, with slots to cut the long hairs and holes that get the short stubble. They got a quick, close shave without the nicks and cuts of a blade. By the end, these fans had fans of their own. The Quadra Action Razor. Try it for 21 days. It's guaranteed or your money back. Norelco. Put it to the test.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the all-new Honda Civic. Amazing but true. CDW, computing solutions built for business. And by Norelco, for an unexpectedly close shave guarantee. Put it to the test.
If you're a Raider fan, Halloween is like a year-round event. They've scored every time they've had it today. The Raiders with Rison and 2 touchdown receptions, 21-7. Kickoff by Leckler is short, bouncing and recovered at the 25-yard line by Larry Parker. He is a reserve wide receiver, and luckily he fell and smothered the ball. Chiefs will get it back, trailing 21-7.
You know, sometimes you play defense and there's nothing you can do. Here's Ricky Dudley. Here's Andre Rison. The pass is going to be intended for Dudley as he goes in and does a little whip route. Andre Rison just runs a simple square in, but watch how they get stacked up. They end up right behind each other, and as Jerome Woods thinks that Ricky Dudley's going to get to the ball, he kind of loses Andre for a second, leaves him wide open for the deflection.
Cannon on that drive was 4 of 5. Rison 2 touchdown receptions. Chiefs 28-yard line, first down and 10. Anders in motion, Gerback right to work. Good block by Riley. Good block. Here comes Grady Jackson from behind, and Reagan Upshaw. A flag has been thrown. Reagan Upshaw, number 91, is taking the place of the injured Lance Johnstone, the best pass rusher for the Raiders. And that is a hold against Oakland, so wipe away the sack. Ron Winter's crew at the call. And we'll go down to the field and find out who the guilty party was.
Holding. 58. Defense. A 5-yard penalty and a first down.
It's the well-traveled Elijah Alexander.
Elijah Alexander right here on the outside. He's manned up with Tony Gonzalez. You get a linebacker on Tony Gonzalez, you want to do everything you possibly can.
First and 10 from the 32, and the pass is lassoed by Tony Gonzalez past midfield into Raider territory at the 49. Alexander with the catch of Gonzalez, a 19-yard reception and a Kansas City first down.
John Gruden talked about not putting his defense in the position where all of a sudden he had Tony Gonzalez man-to-man with a linebacker or man-to-man with just a safety. He wants to bracket him. He wants to do some different things with double coverage, but he always worries about that situation where all of a sudden, because of coverage and formation, he lines up with just a linebacker or safety in coverage. That's happened the last 2 times with Elijah Alexander.
Near the 48 of the Raiders, first and 10. Gonzalez 40 yards away from history. Big handoff, great play action by Gerback. Rush comes on the throat, caught by Derek Alexander. Leaping with the grab, the first catch today. A flag is down at the 41-yard line. They mark the ball now at the 30 of the Raiders, pending the penalty flag. 19-yard gain as it stands now. Ron Winter's crew has been busy today. And by the body language on the field, it would look like it's against the Raiders. Roughing the passer.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 90. Defense. Penalized 15 yards. First down.
Grady Jackson. Now the Chiefs at the Raider 15 with the penalty.
And what Kansas City likes to do is they like to get the ball vertically in their play-action game. You saw the token fake by Elvis Gerback. What that does is it creates separation between the linebacker and the safety level. And what they're doing is they're throwing these deep in routes, and they need that extra second to get the receiver down that far.
First and 10, Kansas City at the Raider 15. Blitz is on. Good block by Riley. Then knocked away in the air. It is knocked and picked up by Josh Taves. And he gets a block downfield by William Thomas. And interceptions, it stands right now. A 23-yard return. And a flag is down at the 20. A flag is down at the 20-yard line. Gerback is walking off the field and holding on to his passing arm.
Holding against them. Holding against them. Oh, Gerback hurt too.
Holding. Number 76 offense. Penalties decline. First down.
Tate with the penalty. Interception number 2 thrown by Elvis Gerback.
Watch right at the end of this as he gets hit. He goes to throw the ball. He's got all that momentum going forward. He had a bad elbow coming in. It looks like it might be worse.
Introducing the Acura MDX, taking the SUV to a place it's never been before.
You have nice smell coming off you.
That's my perfume.
Nikki and Valerie had a match made in heaven.
It's better than the gelati.
Until she found out he was from hell.
Am I supposed to not be freaked out right now? Because I am.
Adam Sandler.
I can't stop thinking about Valerie.
I was in love once, but she said I wasn't financially reliable.
Now by she, do you mean he?
No.
Busted.
Nikki, rated PG-13, starts Friday.
Shannon Sharp, please, has always talking trash.
You're paying, baby!
He's always trying to get inside your head.
Seahorn, you don't know your elbows from your...
And sometimes, he can get downright nasty.
I bet you pay transaction fees on your mutual funds. Your mama pays full commission. You know how to calculate a P/E ratio?
Want to learn about smarter investing?
How diversified is your portfolio? You can't even spell Dow Jones.
Visit us at schwabwelcome.com, where every investor is welcome.
P/E ratio, you divide the stock price.
Access NFL.com to vote for your favorite NFL All-Stars. The Pro Bowl ballot is online exclusively at NFL.com.
You never know who's going to show up on the NFL Today. Sundays on CBS.
Raiders have just picked off Elvis Grbac for the second time today, leading 21-7. Kevin Harlan alongside DARYL Johnston. Another interception. That's, let's see, 3 last week, 2 today, 5 in 6 quarters by Grbac.
And he only had 4 after 7 games, but he has struggled on the road against division opponents. That's when his problems have come with the interceptions.
Wheatley on 1st and 10, ramped up by Donnie Edwards, out to about the 42-yard line, 41-yard line, gain of 3 on the play. Second down. Intercept. The Chiefs' offense, Moose, they've moved the ball well when they've had it, and they've gotten some nice passes, but now of utmost concern is Grbac elbow and arm.
Well, they had the 2 long drives. They had the interception by Charles Woodson earlier inside the 10. They had that one, but that was a good play by the Oakland Raider defense. But the big concern now is, as you see Warren Moon starting to warm up a little bit, Elvis's elbow was bothering him coming into the game, and that little throw right there with the sudden stop probably did a little bit more damage to that elbow.
Todd Collins warming up, 2nd down 7 from the 40. A pass, uncatchable, incomplete, looking for running back Randy Jordan, covered by James Hasty. Well, Grbac, a couple weeks ago against St. Louis, he had some ligaments stretched in his passing elbow. And you can see him right now flexing that arm. And they're working also on his hand, I am told. So maybe when he came through, he hit the helmet. Warren Moon has been the backup, but we just saw Todd Collins warming up. And Grbac threw the 2 interceptions today in Oakland territory. Last week in Seattle, 2 of the 3 were in field goal range in Seattle. 3rd down and 7 from the 40. Again in his platoon, 3 wide receivers. Wisniewski and Sims block. Another good block outside by Lincoln Kennedy. Look at the nimbleness of Gannon. And they pass incomplete for the tight end, Ricky Dudley downfield. And the Raiders will have to punt. So no harm for the Chiefs. 4th and 7, and get live updates for each NFL game as it happens. Just click onto live scores at cbs.sportsline.com. Grbac again being looked at on the sideline. In fact, Gunther Cunningham was over there, and he's going to take, as you can see, some warm-ups. Rising 2 touchdown receptions. The former Chief getting back at his old team. Raiders on top 21-7. Luckler's punt sails into the end zone. It was a rocket. And out of bounds. 59-yard punt by the rookie from Texas A&M. And here comes Elvis, trailing 21-7.
Today we're talking about desktops. This is the IBM NetVista X40. It's all in one. It takes up 75% less space than other desktops. It's got an Intel Pentium 3 processor. It's very cool. This is a desktop from another company. It's big, and it's big. If you want the NetVista, go to IBM.com and buy it direct. If you want the big one, go somewhere else, like a big store somewhere.
Introducing the Acura CBX, taking the SUV to a place it's never been before.
CBS Monday is TV's funniest night of the week.
Yeah!
First, when Doug gets a job teaching.
Mr. Heffernan.
Higher education hits a new low. Ricky Lake guest stars. Then it's Monday's #1 new comedy.
Rock and roll!
Yes, dear. And when Ray runs into an ex-girlfriend, his 25-year-old secret is revealed.
This was a big incident.
The Cuban Missile Crisis was an incident.
Then, did one of these friends vandalize Becker's office?
I could only pick one.
A brand new Becker. It's all here, CBS Monday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by IBM, taking e-business and your business to the next level. And by NASDAQ.com, who can tell you more about stocks than the stock market.
Gorgeous scenics today. The Monster.com blimp Skeeter providing us with these live aerial shots. Monster.com operates 2 blimps in the U.S. Skeeter is the name of the red monster on the bottom of the blimp. Thank you, folks. Kansas City with Gerbach back out there, 1st and 10 from the 20 on the touchback on the punt. The pass incomplete, looking for Sylvester Morris. Morris caught a big early pass in the game, 2nd down and 10. I don't know what Gerbach's physical state is right now.
Well, the thing that's really been puzzling me is you watch Kansas City, they run a lot of play action, but they don't have any running game to give you that threat. And even right here on 1st and 10, if I was Oakland Raiders defense, I would start to pressure with my front 7, drop people back, because you know Elvis is going to throw. They haven't run the ball enough today. They've only ran the ball 3 times. They don't have that threat.
Raiders have scored 3 of the 4 possessions today. 2nd down 10 from the 20. That's Alexander on the move. A block by Riley with a flag thrown on the play at the 21. A lot of Raider penalties today.
Prior to the snap, false start, 84, offense. A 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
That's a 2nd on the Chiefs today. After you vote on Tuesday, there's one place to turn, CBS News. With Dan Rather, Mike Wallace, Ed Bradley, Leslie Stahl, and Bob Schiefer for complete campaign 2000 election night coverage. Experience you can trust Tuesday.
The most important part about that was to get out and vote before you watch election.
Exactly. Penalty in tow, 2nd and 15 from the 15. Gerbach pass deflected and almost picked off, incomplete. They're getting in Gerbach's face. His normally trusty offensive line, although minus Tim Grunhard today, having a hard time keeping out Jackson and Darryl Russell and Taves and the rest of them.
And this is probably the best that they've played in a while. They're getting a lot of pressure, and Donald Willis is the new guy in the bunch, but you'll see it's just a big push inside. It's just a 4-man rush. They're not bringing anybody special. They're containing on the outside and stepping up. Grady Jackson doing a good job. He knows he's not going to get to the quarterback, so get up in the air, get your arms up, see if you can knock the ball down.
On the 15, 3rd and 15. Gerbach, good block by Riley. Elvis moves up, throws outside, caught by Gonzalez, shy of the 1st down, knocked out of bounds, and perhaps a late hit on the far side by Anthony Dorsett, the ex-Titan. No penalty, no yellow on the field. It's a gain of 3 right there. He had to get up to the 30-yard line, so Kansas City has to punt once again. The Chiefs have been beaten by the Raiders 2 consecutive games. Yet the Chiefs have won 3 consecutive games here in Oakland. And here's one for you. The home team has lost the last 4 games in this series.
So much for the home field advantage in a big division rivalry.
Solid run to punt. Rushes on. Randy Jordan just about got a hand on it. Darian Gordon fleeted footing back at the 20. Finds a seam, breaks a tackle, then finally doused by Bracy Walker. 22-yard return down at the 42 after the 57-yard punt. And tonight on CBS, she was married to an American hero, but not every fairy tale turns out to be a dream come true. Don't miss the incredible true story of Jackie Bouvier Kennedy Onassis. A CBS mini-series event beginning tonight on CBS. Kevin Harlan, Daryl Johnston, Beasley Reese in Oakland. The Raiders and the Chiefs coming into today. This may have been the best game on the schedule.
Without a doubt, when you looked at all the games today, this is the big matchup of this week.
42-yard line, 1st and 10 for Gannon, who's been effective today. Play action, good block by Sims. Gannon moves up nicely, goes outside, tight end Ricky Dudley. Hurdles the defender. Hasty, and then pushed out of bounds by Bush. The former college basketball star at Ohio State, who has been little used all season, with a 27-yard season-long gain and a first down for the Raiders.
We asked Marcus Patton, you know, what do you think the problem is? How come Ricky Dudley's not involved in the offense as much? And he said, I don't know, but I want to keep it that way. I don't want a breakout game from Ricky Dudley tomorrow. Already he's been involved in a couple of big plays. He had that strange deflection for the touchdown, but this is what he needs to do. He has to be able to be effective underneath and down the middle so Tim Brown and Andre Rison can press downfield vertically.
From the Chiefs 33, Raiders first down and 10. Dudley on the move, and off goes to Wheatley. And Hasty and Tyrone Williams are there to wrap him up and take him down at about the 31-yard line. Gain of a couple on the play. Make it 1.
And the Raiders are off to a great start this year, but the concern is the way they've been finishing their seasons recently. In 1995, an 8-2 start. In 1998, a 6-2 start. But look at how they finished. In 1995, they go 0-6. In 1998, they go 2-6. Both become 8-8 seasons after great starts. That's one of the things that John Gruden wants to prevent from happening this season.
31-yard line, second down and 9. Pump fake, second option, hit as he throws, going deep. Flag is down, 2 flags are down. Hasty was jousting with Brown. That was that penalty flag. There was another penalty flag on the near side away from the play. So yellow all over the field. We told you Gannon got whacked as he threw that ball from the blind side, from behind. I think it was Dwayne Clemens that nailed it. Mistakes by the Chiefs today, interceptions and penalties like that.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Pass interference, number 40, defense. That penalty, pardon me, 41, that penalty's declined. Pass interference, number 40, that penalty's accepted. First down.
Well, the important thing there to note is that Pat Dennis again is being picked on. This time Hasty was called.
And he's matched up with Tim Brown right now. They wanted to get out of that matchup with Pat Dennis because Tim Brown was really having a great day about that. Yeah, it's a little bit of incidental contact back there. And at the backside of that play, you'll see the hit on Rich Gannon right here. Ooh. By Dwayne Clemens. He hits him and spins him around. I tell you, both the quarterbacks today are taking some hits.
So in essence, a 30-yard penalty, first and goal, Kansas City 1. Hand off to Wheatley. He easily carves his way for a touchdown. Raiders have scored 4 of their 5 possessions today. Raiders with 2 touchdown runs today, 2 touchdown passes to Andre Rison. Butler will try the extra point. And hold, the kick is up and in. The Raiders today have had touchdown drives of 80, 72, 71, and 58 yards. Here, chiseling his way for a touchdown, Tyrone Wheatley.
Need sports equipment? Go to MVP.com. All the best gear, all the best brands, and insight to help you play your best. And right now, get free shipping on any Major League Baseball or World Series gear. MVP.com. Gear up for sport.
Tyrone Wheatley with his 7th rushing touchdown of the season.
And watch Mike Maslowski come in. He just feels a little, he takes himself out of the play. John Ritchie just gets in front of him. It gives the inside lane to Tyrone Wheatley. James Hasty ain't got enough to keep him out of the end zone.
The Chiefs have the firepower to come back. The recent success offensively would say yes, but is today their day?
You know, I don't know. They have that quick strike ability. They're one of the fastest scoring teams with short drives, with their long passing game. But they've become so one-dimensional that I don't think there's a threat in the running game to hold the Raider defense.
Raiders had a second-half comeback in Kansas City. That's what the Chiefs have to hope for now. This is Larry Parker. He was wrapped up and brought down by Randy Jordan up at about the 28-yard line for the Raiders. Monday on CBS begins with an all-new King of Queens, starring Kevin James and Jerry Stiller, followed by Yes Dear, Everybody Loves Raymond. Ted Danson starring in Becker. Family Law with new cast member Tony Danza. All here, all Monday on CBS. 28-7, Raiders on top. Rising with 2 touchdown receptions, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 by Crockett, 1 by Wheatley. On the 28, 1st and 10. Burbank throws outside, caught by Gonzalez, gets by the defense of the initial hit of Alexander, then squirms his way up to the 41, gains 14 on the play, and tackled by Russell.
He is so athletic in space. He just drifts out into the zone, finds that little dead area. Elvis Gerback finds him, and he's able to turn back inside and get upfield for 8 more yards. Boy, he puts a lot of pressure on defenses. 18 yards away from NFL history. No tight end has ever caught 100 yards worth of receptions 4 consecutive weeks. 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Gerback slings one to the sideline, and that is caught by Sylvester Morris, his 2nd of the day, and picks up about 5 on the play. Tackle made by Woodson. Miami with the big win in Detroit today. Baltimore finally scoring a touchdown for the first time in 5 games. They beat Cincinnati. Baltimore defense has been tough. We saw them a couple weeks ago against Tennessee. It's been their offense which has been the problem, but Trent Dilfer must have had a big afternoon. It's about time that offense has stepped out and helped that defense, because they've been playing great all year.
2nd down 5 from the 47. Gerback in traffic, throws deep down the sideline, incomplete, looking for Alexander, who has been very conspicuous with his big play absence today.
Well, he got off to a really rough start. He had that drop for a long pass on an out pattern early in the 1st quarter, and then they set up a double move, and they missed on that. So he gotten off to a slow start. It's continued to this point.
2-minute warning.
One day, everyone in the world, no matter where they live in the world, will be able to invest in any company in the world. Trading will transcend international borders, transpiring with an ease and speed and economy that can only be imagined today. Where is the technology that will take us there? Technology that will open the wonders of the internet to all, connecting every investor in the world to every wired country in the world. There is a place where this technology is now taking shape, already laying the groundwork for a vast new world of investing. NASDAQ, stock market for a digital world.
You just bring her home today?
Oh, yeah.
She's got teeth.
Yep. 36 of them. Big things will tear through wood.
It's the National Hardware Sale at Sears, where you'll find these limited edition Craftsman power tools just $59.99 each.
Hey, fellas, check this out.
The National Hardware Sale, only at Sears.
Her life was like a fairy tale, but for Jackie, it wasn't a dream come true.
You'd pay me to stay in a loveless marriage?
Jackie, CBS tonight.
At the 2-minute warning, coming up in the NASDAQ.com halftime report, Jim, Mike, and Craig, all the scores, all the highlights. Buffalo had an overtime field goal to win. Doug Flutie as a starter is now 19-9. The Giants are off to their best start since 1980. They're 7-2.
Very quietly 7-2.
Yes,
too.
Absolutely. Great stories coming up on the NASDAQ.com halftime next. Here are the Chiefs trailing 28-7. 3rd down 5 from their own 47. Pocket crumbles, Gerback outside. 1st down reception. Kevin Lockett races out of bounds and stops the clock. Gain of 8 on the play. Timeout situation. 2 for the Chiefs and 3 for Oakland. Kansas City lost theirs in an unsuccessful bid to have a play overruled.
And one of the things going into this game, Elvis was going to have to be patient. The Raiders don't give up the big ball. That's been a big part of their offense. And he's got to realize he's going to have to dunk the ball underneath to open up that deep coverage.
Raider 45, 1st and 10. Gerback again going underneath and hitting his #1 receiver, Derek Alexander, for a gain of about 8. Down to the Raiders 36. Woodson on the tackle.
Derek Alexander has been their big play receiver. You can see the numbers from last week. 34.3 yards per catch. He had 2 over 50 yards, and he's been the guy all season long that has given him that deep ball threat. But right now, Oakland's doing a very good job of keeping that away from their offense.
37-yard line, second down, one. Gerback throws, caught by Sylvester Morris, spun around at the 29 and tackled on the play by Torrey James, and a timeout will be burned by Elvis. 7-yard gain. And a first down for the Chiefs, who are moving in on the Raiders as we near halftime.
That Nakatani merger is brilliant. We got to move on that now.
Talk to me about the Nakatani merger.
It's big. Deals like that don't happen overnight.
I wonder what brought those two together.
You make that putt, Nakatani. You got yourself a deal.
See the story behind the numbers. Go to cbs.marketwatch.com.
Chiefs have 1 timeout. Raiders have all 3. Minute and a half to play in the first half. Gerback has thrown 2 interceptions, and both have come deep in Raider territory.
Very important for them to get some kind of points on this drive, whether it's a field goal. Obviously, a touchdown would be better, but to really cut into this lead a little bit at halftime, they've played very poorly this half. And to get in only down 28-10 or possibly 28-14 would be a big lift for them.
Raider 29, flag is thrown. They stop the play in mid-motion. 81st regular season meeting between these two teams. Juan Winter comes to us with the call on the field.
Prior to the snap, ball start, number 60, offense. 5-yard penalty.
Center can't be offsides, Kenny.
That's pretty hard for the center to be called. Here come some of the Chiefs' comeback wins this season. Down by 10, 12, and 10. In the first meeting between these two teams, the Raiders scored 13 unanswered points in the second half to win at Kansas City. Now back at the 34, first and 15, the pitch out goes to Richardson, blocked by Shields, who pulls out of bounds. He runs out of real estate, no yellow on the field, which is a good sign. Anthony Dorsett makes the tackle after a gain of 12 by Tony Richardson, year-old teammate with the Dallas Cowboys.
What a great call right there, because the Raiders were bringing everybody inside. They had that quick toss call to Tony Richardson, outflanked everybody, almost got to the corner. Nice job by William Thomas preventing that play from becoming a little bit bigger play.
So Richardson takes it to the 22-yard line of the Raiders, second down and 3. Chiefs need a score here in the worst way. Gerback, good time, throws, and it's caught on the sideline by the angular Alexander, who leads the AFC in receiving yards per catch. 11 yards right there, out of bounds at the 10 of the Raiders.
And this shows you the confidence that Elvis Gerback has. He has Torrey James right in front on this ball, but he's able to get it up over his head to Derek Alexander. He does a little tightrope down the sidelines to get him a few more yards.
Chiefs have 1 timeout, first and goal, right at the Oakland 10. Empty backfield, Richardson on the move. Gerback with Roderick Coleman coming up the middle, throws to Morris at the 4, at the 3, and then belted on the play by Dorsett. It's a gain of 6. The clock continues to tick. The Chiefs with 1 timeout, second and goal coming up.
Plenty of time on the clock for Kansas City. Don't panic. Don't waste your time out. Get into the proper formation. Get the play called and execute it.
Quick count. Gerback to his second option. Throws it away. Wisely looking for Gonzalez. Smothered by William Thomas. Incomplete pass. Bringing up third and goal.
And this is going to be important for this offense to maintain their poise. They looked a little bit rushed right there. There's over a minute left right now. 1:01 left before halftime. You've got plenty of time at 4-yard line. Get in and out of your huddle when it's incomplete. Get back to the line of scrimmage if the clock is still moving, but you've got plenty of time. Don't panic. Get your plays called and execute them.
Third down, goal at the 4. Gerback, short drop, pocket crumbles. He's chased and sacked by Roderick Coleman. The first Raiders sack today. Coleman's second of the season. It brings up 4th and goal. Do you go for 3 or do you try to punch it in?
I think you got to go for the field goal. Take your 3 points and build a little bit of momentum. But you see Roderick Coleman, he's right here. He's just going to get that push. Elvis is going to step out to the right. but as he gets past Will Shields, Tony Richardson usually gives him a little chip, but it's hard on the lineman when the quarterback starts to scramble. They lose where you are in that sense of the pocket. One of the things we want to watch right here, we saw the Raiders practicing a field goal block coming from the right side here with Anthony Dorsett, who's already blocked 2 this year.
Tom Peterson, the ex-Seahawk, with the 28-yard field goal. It's up and in. So the Raider defense bends but doesn't break. They hold Kansas City out of the end zone. They get a 3-point kick the Chiefs do from Peterson, which brings us to 28-10 just before halftime.
And that was the mentality of the Raiders defense coming in. They didn't want to give up the big plays that Kansas City has had done so successfully through this course of the season. So at this point in the first half, they're continuing to do what they did. They've only given up 15, 20-plus plays all year.
Friday on CBS, the fugitive is taken hostage, and you'll never guess what happens next. Don't miss the most terrifying episode ever. Tim Daly stars in an all-new Fugitive, Friday at 8, 7 Central on CBS. Raiders have escaped the Chiefs today in many different ways. Their line has got a sack. They've intercepted Gerback twice. Rising with 2 touchdown receptions, looking for a little revenge after the Chiefs cut him in training camp. Wheatley with the touchdown run. Some dancing by Tony Bryant. They've shown it all this afternoon.
And Andre Rison, he doesn't even accept the fact that he was a Chief at one point during his career.
Todd Sauerbrunn to kick off from the 30-yard line with a formation reminiscent of Seattle. David Dunn inside the 10. From behind, Ron George may have tripped him up. Finally brought down by reserve running back Mike Cloud. Kansas City's kickoff coverage and teams overall have not been that good, and they said they were going to take some things they saw last week in Seattle and implement them today against the Raiders.
And what they do is they bunch everybody up at the point of the kick and then spread out into their lanes, and that confuses the kickoff return team. They lose their count, they lose their man. But as we saw earlier today, the first time they tried it, Mike Maslowski was a little bit offsides. As you can expect from Mike, he's a little bit intense getting down the field, but Gunther wanted to do something different to give them an opportunity to get a different type of attitude because, as you pointed out, they have struggled so much in coverage.
And the Raiders will go to their locker room at halftime and satisfied with a 28-10 lead. So Gunther Cunningham has his hands full. Rich Gannon was spectacular in that first half. 14 of 19, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. Elvis Gerback threw 2 interceptions, banged up his passing hand and passing arm a bit, and has not looked as sharp as we have seen. But when the team has had the ball and not turned it over, they've been in pretty good shape and moved it downfield as we send it downstairs to Beasley Reese.
Thanks a lot. I'm with Donnie Edwards. Donnie, obviously 28 points is not what you were looking to do in the first half. What do you think you guys need to do?
Well, we're making some huge mistakes right now. We got to stop the cutback. They're getting a lot of rushing yards on us and making some big plays. We got to cut back on our mental errors and make some adjustments at halftime.
All right, thanks a lot. Back upstairs.
The first place Oakland Raiders leading Kansas City 28-10 at halftime, and coming up next, the NASDAQ.com halftime report. After this message and a word from your local CBS station.
Thousands of women have implants every year. That's it. But one will go terribly wrong.
It's kind of a mess for a breast case, isn't it?
More like a disaster.
All new City of Angels, Thursday.
You know the legend. Now get to know the woman. Jackie, CBS Tonight.
Flush with the success of their 1999 hit Ultimate Cheeseburger, JT, EJ, TJ, TK, and the other EJ returned to the studio to produce $1.99 for a limited time.
$1.99 for a limited time. $1.99. It's so meaty and cheesy. Ultimate Cheeseburger. It's just $1.99.
Can we fix that?
What's gotten into everyone? Ah, that's what. The Mercury Mountaineer. It's rugged. It's luxurious. And now it comes with $500 worth of gas from Diamond Shamrock, plus $1,000 cash back. So stop by your Mercury dealer today and fill up with happiness.
Break the 9-to-5 grind. Come home to the original Mexican restaurant.
Enjoy our famous Mexican cuisine in our party rooms or cool off with dessert by the river. And don't forget, parking is never a problem. Dining patrons receive 2 free hours parking at Riverbend and Mid-City garages with validated ticket. Why wait till Friday to be casual? The original Mexican restaurant, breaking the 9-to-5 grind for over 30 years.
Arming Texas inmates with faith tomorrow at 10 on KENS 5.
CBA Sports presentation of the NASDAQ.com halftime report is sponsored by NASDAQ.com, the information source for the serious investor.
On this first November Sunday, welcome to the NASDAQ.com halftime report. Jim Nantz, Mike Ditka, Craig James. Earlier today, the Miami Dolphins won on the road behind Lamar Smith. They're now 7-2, Craig.
What's the deal here? Dan Marino would like to have a chance to run this offense with the running game they have right now. Jay Fiedler, because of Lamar Smith, looks like a pretty good quarterback.
And the Colts fall a game behind Miami. Surprised at Chicago as the Bears jumped in front 27-0 and then held on with a new quarterback today.
New quarterback, Jim Miller. They put him in. It's Miller time. He's going to be in there. He spread the ball around. When he had a chance to get it deep, he got it deep. Very accurate passer today.
Clutch play today by Steve Christie, a kicker, 48-yard kick at the end of regulation, sent it to overtime, then wins it in OT from 32 yards out.
Well, I tell you what, in Buffalo it is. It's Flutie Flakes time, my friends. Leave Doug Flutie in the game. Let him be your quarterback, Coach Phillips. Don't put Rob Johnson back in there. Because of the ability for him to move the ball around, Buffalo looks good.
For the 5th straight game, the Steelers did not allow a touchdown, but this time their win streak comes to a close. Titans win on a Del Greco kick, 29 yards, 4 seconds to go.
We talked about the Titans in the pregame show. They're resilient. They find a way to win. Offense, defense, special teams, they get it done.
Baltimore Ravens break out of a 3-game losing skid and finally find the end zone 3 times, in fact, today. All Dilfer touchdown passes, 2 to Shannon Sharp. The Giants, Collins threw for 3 scores, 2 of them to Amani Toomer. The Cowboys are swept on the season series by the Eagles for the first time since 1990. David Akers wins it from 32 yards out in OT. Meanwhile, the Saints, Jeff Blake today on fire. 3 touchdown passes. Saints have won 5 in a row. And Tampa Bay, well, Sean King threw 3 scores, 2 of them to Keyshawn Johnson as Tampa Bay moves above 500 at 5-4. We'll continue on the NASDAQ.com halftime report in a moment.
Friday, the fugitive becomes a hostage. You want me? You're gonna have to kill me. And you'll never guess what happens next. All new Fugitive. Then, the victim of the perfect murder
I heard his bones. What a rush.
is about to get justice. Who are you? An all new CSI. And they survived the island.
Hey, neighbor.
But can these castaways survive a night with Nash?
I'm shot.
An all new Nash after the fugitive and CSI CBS Friday.
CBA Sports presentation of the NASDAQ.com halftime report is sponsored by NASDAQ.com, the information source for the serious investor.
A wild and crazy day in the National Football League. Jim Nantz with you on the NASDAQ.com halftime report, along with Mike Ditka and Craig James. And earlier today, the Dolphins come right out of the locker room. First play, they stuck it to the Lions.
Yeah, they're trying to take care of Jay Fiedler. Lamar Smith on the ground. He has over 600-plus yards in the last 8 games. He adds to that total today. And the Dolphins taking control of the East.
Bears start a new quarterback, Jim Miller.
And he performed. He had 24 out of 35, 214 yards, 1 TD, no picks, and moved the ball well.
And the Bills win in overtime on a Steve Christie kick from 32 yards. He had tied it from 48 at the end of regulation. Flutie loves it.
And now we have Chicago at home. Rob should be healthy for that one. Yeah, we'll just take it from there and go. We're thankful. We've got 3 out of our last 4, and things are looking up.
The Titans showed the poise of champions, Mike.
Well, Steve McNair, big play right here. Sets up the game-winning field goal with a 4th down play. And he gets the ball down the field, and now they go to kick the field goal, and Del Greco pops it through.
29 yards out, 4 seconds to go. The winner there as the 5-game win streak ends for the Steelers.
Well, you can't get in the end zone, so who do you play? The Bengals. Trent Dilfer today finally got the Ravens in the end zone with touchdowns. This one here, nice effort, getting it down to Shannon Sharp for another touchdown pass.
Dilfer threw 3 scores today, and so did Kerry Collins of the Giants.
Kerry Collins really had a big day. You give him time, I tell you, he can throw the ball accurately. He can throw with anybody in the business.
Giants are now 7-2 on the season.
And the Cowboys made a lot of mistakes during the regular overtime. They go in with David Akers, kicks it through, 32-yard field goal, makes it 16-13.
Eagles sweep the Cowboys for the first time since 1990. How about the Saints?
How about those Saints? I mean, Jeff Blake had a big day. They had a great day on defense here. He hits Joe Ham for a touchdown.
Warren hauling in that long one. 3 touchdown passes by Blake.
Sean King and the Bucs offense today had 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Keyshawn Johnson, and the Bucs defense got after the Falcons.
Hey, Keyshawn's coming on. That's 3 touchdowns in 2 games, and we'll continue on the NASDAQ.com halftime report in just a moment.
CBS Monday. When the foster care system is accused of abuse, the family law attorneys are going to war.
The CFS is withholding documents.
But will a lawyer's passion jeopardize his case?
These people are more concerned with covering their asses than kids getting burned and beaten.
You're talking about breaking and entering.
We all gotta do what we think is right.
All new family law, CBS Monday.
It was the trial of the century.
Orenthal, James, Simpson. He did it.
They were the dream team. Ving Rhames.
I don't want to be talked to like a schoolboy.
Ron Silver.
You think the cops faked all the blood evidence?
Bruno Kirby.
Someone manufactured evidence in this case.
And Christopher Plummer.
They're not going to have our client try those gloves on. You don't want to know if they fit.
In the miniseries, OJ doesn't want you to see.
When I mentioned the cuts on his hand, it's a good thing I didn't have blonde hair.
American Tragedy. CBS next Sunday.
Ladies and gentlemen, back by popular demand. Are they crazy? Once again. Ladies and gentlemen, back by popular demand. Are they crazy? Once again. CBA Sports presentation of the NASDAQ.com halftime report is sponsored by NASDAQ.com, the information source for the serious investor.
All right, friends, we continue now with active scores on the NASDAQ.com halftime report. And the game you're watching, Kansas City down big. The Raiders and Gannon to rise in twice.
And Tyrell in the football game.
Meteorologist Paul Deanna with a quick look at some severe weather that's happening across south central Texas. You see this line of thunderstorms that is just about approaching Kerrville, moving southeast towards San Antonio, prompting many flash flood warnings. Some rain in San Antonio will begin in about 1 hour, but as of right now, we have 10 flash flood warnings. Let's take our Genesis computer. I can show them to you. All the areas in red: Bandera, Edwards, Kerr, Kimball, Kinney, Menard, Real, Uvalde, Valverde, and Gillespie. If you live in any of those counties, you are currently under a flash flood warning, which means flooding is imminent. A flash flood watch continues for all of south central Texas because of this rain through tonight until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and just added about 1/2 hour ago the possibility of some isolated tornadoes tonight. Most of south central Texas is under a tornado watch until 10 o'clock tonight. This is very severe weather. It will cause flooding wherever it does rain. If we can take Doppler radar one more time, let's show you that line. Right where I'm pointing is about Kerrville all the way down west of Uvalde, moving southeast towards San Antonio. I'd say within about 1 hour to 1.5 hours, some very strong rains and thunderstorms right here in the San Antonio area. More updates as conditions change.
Introducing the new Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut. It's like a pizza inside a pizza. You get more cheese, more crust, and it's packed inside an already outrageous pizza. It's one thin crust piled with 6 cheeses, then sealed with another thin crust and even more cheese. Oh, yeah! So how do we get it all in? Hey, we're Pizza Hut. We put cheese in places you've never dreamed of. Just $9.99. $9.99? That's not inside. That's insane. The Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut. Another one of the best pizzas under one roof.
How far would you go to protect your children?
Yeah.
Would you run into a burning building? Would you face a charging grizzly bear? Would you drive a minivan?
Toyota Sienna did better overall in Insurance Institute crash tests than any other vehicle ever.
Life with you is so sweet. Love makes me.
And since he's joined the IBEW, the benefits are great, the pay is great, and it's a great opportunity for a growing family.
Health benefits with the union are much better than the open shop. There was a constant erosion of benefits in the open shop.
If anyone would come from the open shop into the union and try it out, they would not look back and not regret 1 minute of it.
For some, it's once in a lifetime.
At Gunn Chevrolet, it's once a year, and this year it's bigger than ever. It's the Bigger Than Big Fall Clearance Event, featuring massive savings on the vehicles you want bad.
Like this 2001 Chevrolet LS Extended Cab Pickup with V8 engine, air conditioning and stereo, and lots more. Clearance priced at only $22,599. Many to choose from, so come out now.
Gunn Chevrolet's Fall Clearance Event. Don't miss it.
Ken's 5 investigates the killing fields of Juarez tomorrow at 10.
The last 3 games have been decided by last-second field goals to culminate fourth-quarter comebacks between the Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. Kevin Harlan with Daryl Johnston. Let's take a look at the first half highlights.
And Rich Gannon gets it started off doing that thing that he does, scrambling to the line of scrimmage and finding Andre Brown deep in the end zone. And then it was just some physical running by Tyrone Wheatley. Kansas City comes back with some physical running of their own. Tony Richardson going in from 1 yard out. But the Raiders bounce right back. A little deflection off of Ricky Dudley right into the waiting arms of Andre Rison.
And through 30 minutes of football, here are some of the numbers.
And here's the big thing right down here. The turnovers, Kansas City 2, Oakland none, but the red zone. The Oakland Raiders 4 times in the red zone, 4 touchdowns.
Solid run to kick off, and our second half is underway. Calvin Branch back at the 5-yard line. A reserve defensive back broke a tackle by Gary Stills and is brought down by Maslowski. Up near the 30-yard line. Raiders will begin it right there. Wheatley has been great in the first half.
And when Beasley Reese talked to Donnie Edwards at the end of the half, the one thing he said they were worried about was the cutback. And you can see the cutbacks right there by Tyrone Wheatley going back to the backside. And here he comes again, starting play side and cutting back. But again, the missed tackles by the Kansas City defense has been a big key. And then they actually got Tyrone outside on a play that you would think Napoleon Kaufman would be carrying.
High ankle sprain coming in for Wheatley, who has 90 yards today, an incredible average per carry. Raiders have it first down and 10 yards to go at their own 30-yard line. Dudley on the move. Handoff goes to Wheatley, who tripped over Barrett Robbins, his own center, and then was finally brought down by Donnie Edwards after a gain of 1, bringing up second down and 9.
And I really think Donnie Edwards' concerns are legitimate. The fact that Oakland is controlling the game because they can run the football, and that's been the one big thing that Kansas City has been unable to do. They have absolutely no running game this afternoon.
Raider offense has been tough in their second half opening drives. 12 touchdowns in the last 24 games. A lot of adjustments made at halftime.
A lot of very good adjustments made at halftime.
Shy of the 31, second down and 9. They'll go to work. Good block by Sims. A flag is down. He throws a short pass, which is caught by Wheatley and brought down by Donnie Edwards. Tackled at about the 32-yard line, but that flag was dropped early in that play. Offsides Kansas City. Gannon comes in 14 of 19 in the second half, that is. 158 yards and 2 touchdown passes, both to Andre Rison.
Offside. Number 90, defense. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
That's former Philadelphia Eagles Steve Martin on that defensive line for the Chiefs, who normally takes the place of Chester McLaughlin. McLaughlin is in right now. Second down and 4. Shy of the Oakland 36. Hasty tails Brown. Here comes the blitz by Dennis. Good block by the Raiders, and a pass is dropped by Ricky Dudley. Coverage by linebacker Lou Bush. They've really made a concerted effort to go after the tight end Dudley today. And let's send it downstairs to Beasley Reese.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Just a few minutes ago, I spoke to John Gruden, coach of the Raiders. He said they've got to make sure there are no big plays. He was very intense in his attitude, as he always is. So you can, and his voice was cracking, so you can tell he did a lot of yelling at halftime to keep this team up back upstairs.
Well, he's so young. He may be going through a stage of life. He's 37 years old. You don't know. Third down and 4 from the 35, outside the 35-yard line. Gannon's been great on third down passing today, 5 of 6. Blitz is on by Edwards. The elusive Gannon gets away and throws a first down pass, caught by running back Randy Jordan. Shoved out of bounds by Hasty at the Kansas City 46-yard line. And it's a gain on the play to the Kansas City 46.
And it goes back to the things we talked about in the first half. The presence of Rich Gannon in the pocket. He senses Donnie Edwards coming. He sidesteps him to buy some time. And he's always downfield, focused on that receiver, finding the open guy. Dumps it off to Randy Jordan. He goes down the field. A big change in field position right there, avoiding the sack and creating the big play.
So after the 18-yard gain to the Kansas City 46, the Raiders first down and 10. Jordan has been a big factor in the passing game today in the backfield with Ritchie. A handoff goes to Jordan, slides by a Barrett Robbins block, and then is doused by both Browning and Edwards, shy of the Kansas City 45. Log on to NFL.com and vote for the AFC and NFC All-Star teams who will battle in the 2001 Pro Bowl. Vote now on NFL.com. Kevin Harlan, Daryl Johnston, Beasley Reese in Oakland.
Interesting to see some of the more veteran players going to the Pro Bowls now because of the fan participation. I think some of the younger guys trying to break into that upper echelon of players kind of get overlooked because they don't have the names yet.
Second down 10 for the Chiefs 46. The block by Sims and Robbins. The quarterback was hit from the other side, and Gannon throws it incomplete. Fluttering the pass is Dennis came in and whacked him. Incomplete pass.
And you'll see he's going to be coming in right here from this side. Patrick Dennis coming from a long way out. He takes a while to get there. Rich Gannon holding the ball. You don't want to be holding the ball back in the pocket that long.
Any adjustments you see right now by the Chiefs defense? We'll start there.
Well, that's the second time on this drive that they have brought Pat Dennis off the corner blitz. And what Donnie Edwards talked about going into halftime, eliminating the cutback. They ran that same belly play. All of a sudden, Dwayne Clemens is closing down from his defensive end position, takes away that cutback lane.
Third down 10, Raiders at the Kansas City 46. With time, good block by Wisniewski. The pass incomplete at the Kansas City 26-yard line, aiming for Rison. Incomplete pass. Raiders have to punt on their first second-half possession.
And again, the Kansas City defense bringing pressure, forcing the play down the field. They're dropping back into a zone, playing zone behind the blitz, but something that they might have found at halftime because through this whole series there were different things. The corner blitz, the number of linebackers and safeties coming in the passing situation. So Gunther has gone back to what he said he was going to do at the start, and that's bring pressure.
Leckler will punt inside his 45, and Kevin Lockett inside the Kansas City 15. Dante Hall inactive today. Great punt, landing inside the 10, and down at about the 3. It's grabbed by David Dunn. 43-yard punt by the rookie.
Free to move about the country.
This new car was going to be different from anything Saturn ever built. It was going to be bigger, more powerful, more luxurious, more everything. And while creating an entirely separate plant may not have been absolutely necessary, it was the right thing to do. Welcome to the factory, the Saturn L Series built.
Can I help you? Yeah, I'd like a dozen mixed.
I highly recommend the cream-filled. 5 stars.
Well, now, if you like the cream-filled, you should try the eclairs, popular in France.
By the way, customers who bought eclairs also bought raspberry jelly donuts and bear claws.
Can I interest you in a book on donuts?
Amazon.com changed the way people shop.
I suppose you want these individually gift-wrapped?
HP technology makes it happen.
In my day, we only had glazed.
Minion's mission is to stop all crime. But what if the crooks are cops?
I want them arrested. By doing this, you paint this entire department with the same brush. Sit down!
The District, CBS Saturday.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited. In the background, a good look at foggy and hazy San Francisco. The
Right there in front of us, Alameda. Kevin Harlan alongside Daryl Johnston. Great to have you with us this afternoon. Big possession coming up for Kansas City.
Well, the Kansas City defense did their job. They came out, they stopped Oakland. They've got the ball back. It's deep in their end, but they've got to come out and move the ball on the offensive side now.
Marooned at their 3. It's 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Worst beginning field position today. And they go up for it with Gonzalez and Woodson fighting for the ball, tangling, and it's Kansas City's catch with Gonzalez, the ex-college basketball player at Cal, leaping high, snaring the rebound, and coming down at the 13-yard line. That's a terrific catch.
And this is Charles Woodson's interception on this play. Tony Gonzalez goes up and takes the ball away from him. And when it's a tie of possession, it goes to the receiver. You look right there. Charles Woodson's got it. Tony Gonzalez goes in and takes it from him. Watch right here as he cuts in front. He's got the possession right there, but Tony Gonzalez continues to fight. He gets that ball back on the ground.
And he got a first down outside the 13. And the handoff goes to the spinning Kimball Anders, who is tackled by William Thomas after a gain of a yard up to the 15-yard line.
And here's a better angle of it. Again, Charles Woodson, right now, he is taking possession, but watch Tony Gonzalez continue to battle as they go to the ground. And in that situation, when there's a tie for possession, it will go to the receiver on the offensive side.
Heisman Trophy winner Woodson, the great Tony Gonzalez. What a matchup. 2nd down, 9 from the 15. Riley with the block, up the middle, Darryl Russell. He devours Gerback. And it's the 2nd sack of the day registered by the Raiders. Let's send it off to 5th Avenue, our NFL Today studios in Jim Nance.
All right, Kevin, the Oakland crowd's all fired up, and they are too over the Meadowlands as the Jets are eating into that 17-point Denver lead. They're within 3 on the touchdown to the rookie Anthony Beck. Let's go back out to Kevin and Daryl.
Thank you, Jim. Remember the Jets beat Denver mile high last season. Broncos coming off a bye week, and of course the DUI arrest of their starting quarterback, Brian Gracie. 3rd and 17. Back at the 6, Gerback in his end zone, throws to Tony Richardson, tried to dance on Beekert and was grabbed and brought down after a gain of 10 up to the 16 in Kansas City. Like Oakland before them, has got a punt on their first second-half possession.
And Darryl Russell steps up and makes a big play with the sack on the play before that. A guy who's really struggled over the last 4 or 5 weeks. He kind of broke out of a little bit of a slump last week against San Diego, had 2 costly personal fouls, but good to see him being productive in the defensive line for the Oakland Raiders.
Sauerbrun's got a leg. 16 of his punts have sailed over 50 yards this season. Back inside the 5, Darian Gordon back for the Raiders. He gets off a rocket, driving him back all the way back to the 23-yard line. And Bartee, the rookie, brings him down at the 33. William Bartee, who is a good-looking rookie for the Chiefs out of Oklahoma. 60-yard punt and a beauty.
So, I hope you like lobster.
Everything all right?
Fine.
I'm sorry.
Judy, tell Emily and Justin I'll need that report in 18 seconds.
Lunch is over. Who wants a report? Print it out.
Wait, I'm making a trade.
Now? Are you insane? I'm gonna be here in like 10 seconds.
Relax. It's a Ameritrade. I can do this.
7, 6. I should leave now. Bye.
Nice work, Emily. Justin.
Thank you, sir.
Go to Ameritrade.com. Ameritrade. It's how you get somewhere on Wall Street.
We didn't have to offer side impact airbags on all our new cars. We didn't have to make those airbags the kind that are designed to help protect your head, just like the ones that come in Mercedes and Volvo. We didn't have to. That said, we did.
South to south pit. Stroke. Check. Check.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. Budweiser, with the crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. and by Saturn. Now with 2 distinctively different car lines, the L Series and S Series.
Golden Gate Bridge over on the San Francisco side, 28-10. Raiders 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, getting it back, 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Kaufman in the backfield with a couple tight ends. Play action by Gannon. Gets away from Williams, and then Williams not giving up, trips him up. Tyrone Williams picked up in September after getting cut by the Eagles. A gain of 3 by the elusive Oakland quarterback Rich Gannon.
And that's the discipline that I'm talking about the rushing lanes and not leaving your coverage. Tyrone Williams has backside contained. He doesn't get fooled by the bootleg coming out the backside. Forces Rich Gannon to pull the ball back down and try and gain some yards.
They miss Eric Hicks.
They really do. He's been a huge loss for them the last 2 weeks. They've lost that real solid pressure that he always gets on every play.
2nd down and 7 from the 36. The pitch out with a lead block from Sims. Napoleon Kaufman can't find any room to roam on the outside, and brought down by Donnie Edwards and Lou Bush along with Williams. And they mark him out of bounds at about the 33. And tonight on 60 Minutes, a letter marked urgent usually means someone is in urgent need of your money. And no one plays that game better than politicians. That's all tonight on 60 Minutes on CBS. 28-10. Raiders. 5 consecutive wins for the first place Raiders. 7-1 record, best record in 16 years. 3rd down and a long 9 for the 34. Good block by Wisniewski. Time afforded Gannon. Pumps it in. Has to get to the 43. Slides into second base. Literally slides into second base here at the home of the Oakland Athletics. On 3rd and a long 9, he scrambles for 11 yards and picks up a Raider 1st down.
And again, Rich Gannon doesn't like to scramble. To him, that means that something is broken down in the play at some point. He likes to go back in the pocket and throw on rhythm, but he has the ability. And again, you see right there, you have to respect it because he's so good at dunking the ball. Everybody stayed back that time. It's kind of a coin toss. How are you going to get beat? Move up, let him dunk the ball on you, or come up and pressure him, and he's still able to get the 1st down on the run.
He has a great feel for the pocket. 1st and 10, 44-yard line. Raiders in command on the board. Handoff goes to Wheatley, spins around Browning. There goes a flag. Wheatley bounces back up, but they blow him down. Face mask? What did you see?
I did not see. In that situation, it'd probably be a holding. Tripping.
That's against Kansas City. Take a look at John Gruden. He's bounced around. Most of his best days, he said, were spent with Mike Holmgren in San Francisco, then up in Green Bay. Ron Winter has had microphone problems all day.
Called that on John Browning.
Right. 6 penalties on the Chiefs today, Moose, and 4 on the defense.
Just tough to get into a rhythm when you're getting stopped on defense, and you can see the problems that Kansas City has always had. There's been a lot of changes in the old Kansas City team to what they're doing this year. One of the things that hasn't changed for them, unfortunately, is the penalties. They tend to be one of the most penalized teams in the league year after year, and they're continuing that trend this year.
Chiefs 42 for the Raiders, and they have it 1st down and 10. Dudley is on the move at the top of his screen. Another good block by Wisniewski, reeling it back in again is Gannon. Pops it off to Zach Crockett, his big bulldozing fullback. Takes it inside the 30, down at the 29. It's a gain of 13 yards, tackled by Donnie Edwards. Another 1st down for the Oakland Raiders. The Chiefs were down by 2 games to Oakland coming in. Broncos are playing right now and winning in New York. Seattle playing right now and winning against San Diego at Husky Stadium. But 3 down with 7 to play should the Chiefs go on to lose. Very tough to get back in.
They have definitely put themselves into a big hole, and with both the games against Oakland already over, they can't have that game where they can make up that extra ground. So they're going to have to count on somebody else to help them out down the stretch.
After the Crockett 1st down run from the 29, 1st and 10, end around Tim Brown. And great open field tackle made by Jerome Woods. We have not called his number a lot today. A 7-yard gain. They have been setting that play up for 2 weeks, and finally they run it.
Maybe 3 weeks, and it's one of the things that Donnie Edwards talked about with the cutback, bringing Tim Brown around on that fake reverse to hold the defensive back. You'll see him come into your picture this way, but that holds all these guys because they have to respect him coming around. But they've never handed it to him. They've always just used him as a kind of the fake guy to hold that backside pressure. They finally give Tim Brown the ball. ball. And after all those weeks of setting it up, it only gets you about 7 yards.
Good point. 2nd down 3. 7th play of the drive from the Chiefs 22 for the Raiders. And again, an audible by Gannon. The total yard story. Play clock is down to 1. Gets it off. Handoff to Wheatley. McLaughlin is there to meet him and brings him down. He punctured the 21 near the 20-yard line on the play and got about 2 yards on the carry. The ex-Raider McLaughlin, who played for Gunther Cunningham when Cunningham was the defensive coordinator here for the Raiders.
And that makes this rivalry all the more interesting as a number of players and coaches that have kind of bounced back from team to team. Andre Rison's with the Raiders. He was a Chief. Rich Gannon's a Raider. He was a Chief. Chester's a Chief. He was a Raider. Gunther was a coach for the Raiders. Now he's a head coach of the Chiefs. It just adds that much more fuel to this entire rivalry.
Raiders have been spectacular on 3rd downs today, 7 of 9. Here's a 3rd and 1 from the Kansas City 20. Play action. Big block on Browning to the end zone and caught for a touchdown. No yellow on the field. The tight end, Ricky Dudley, 20-yard reception.
And this is the one thing that Marcus Patton didn't want to happen today. He was very happy to see Ricky Dudley struggle the way he has this year. But he is having his breakout game against the Chiefs today. And I think Ricky Dudley might have gotten away with a little bit of a shove there at the end to create some separation.
They all laughed at us yesterday out at Raiders camp. We asked about Dudley, but there was a twinkle in the eye. They knew something was up. High snap pulled down nicely by Gannon. Leckler puts it in. Ricky Dudley has his first touchdown reception of the season. He had 9 last year. Now the Raiders are pillaging the Chiefs.
We are no longer the underdog. We're not a small company or a struggling upstart. We're not Davids. They're not Goliaths. You could say we've succeeded, and in doing so, we created something bigger than a car, bigger than a factory, bigger than us. And best of all, we're not done creating.
We can expect in the coming months is Director of Product Development, Paul Noons.
Got it. Nortel Networks is building the new high-performance internet, the wireless internet, with optical technology that makes it faster.
Overall, this has been an exciting
and more
year.
reliable.
But the next few months will mark the beginning of a new Gesundheit.
Come together.
In fact, with technology changing
over me.
Imagine a world where coffee breaks last all day. And where your cup is always full.
Thank you.
It's where the coffee world meets the cyber world, and you can be there with the new smart Visa cards with remarkable chip technology. And at the Web Shack Cafe in London, you can buy your coffee with Visa, but not American Express, not even Blue. Learn more at visa.com.
NFL today.
That's a bad call. On every frequency, he makes no sense.
They were going to knock you in the mouth.
Sundays on CBS.
And then Ricky Dudley just snared the 3rd touchdown pass of the day from quarterback Rich Gannon.
But watch at the end of the play, he's going against Pat Dennis. Watch the little push right here at the end to get that separation. That one kind of got by the eyes of the officials out there.
The autumn wind is ready. Leckler with the kickoff. Larry Parker at about his own 7 for the Chiefs. Mike Cloud with the block. He's being chased by Smith and by Fulcher. Mondrell Fulcher, reserve tight end, knocks him out of bounds. I see a flag and maybe a face mask. And the rookie may have been guilty right there, number 89. He's out of Miami. Well, if you're the Chiefs, down 35-10, what's going through your mind?
You're looking at the clock to see how much time you do have left.
It's on the rookie if you didn't hear it. Here's the play again.
One of those inadvertent face masks that becomes a personal foul because you get a hold of it and you do hold on and give it a little extra yank at the end, but not intentional, but 15 yards nonetheless.
And a timeout.
There will be moments when the planets align, the heavens part, and the car gods smile down upon you with the beautifully clear, winding road. The mid-size L-Series performance sedan, because it would be a shame to disappoint the car gods.
With more of the hottest new releases guaranteed, nobody brings home the magic of the movies like Blockbuster.
Rent The Patriot this week at Blockbuster. Before they were soldiers, they were family. Before there was a nation, there was a fight for freedom. The Patriot, starring Mel Gibson, rated R, guaranteed on VHS and available on DVD at Blockbuster.
Blockbuster, bringing entertainment home.
Turning good friends into better ones. Turning new friends into old ones. Turning distant friends into closer ones. Turning Leaf.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Blockbuster, where you'll find more copies of new releases than ever before. Get your movie and go home happy. And by the United States Marine Corps. The change is forever.
Kevin Harlan, Daryl Johnston, Beasley Reese. Raiders all over the Chiefs, 35-10. Kansas City from their own 45. First and 10. Gerback at the pocket, crumbling. Grabbed by Tony Bryant. And wrestled down by Russell. Third sack today given up by the Kansas City offensive line. The Raiders had not that many sacks coming into the game today. In fact, one of the lowest numbers of any defense in the AFC.
And the impressive thing is they're doing it with their front four. They're dropping everybody back into coverage, especially now. But this is the way I thought they should have started the game. Kansas City can't throw play action continually if they have no running game threat. So why put the 8th man up there? Drop back and make them beat you in the running game.
Back to the 39, second and 16. There's a block by Shields and a pass caught by Alexander at the 40-yard line of Oakland. Gain of 21 yards on the play. And they get the first down. He's been quiet, but, you know, you wait for him to bust free, like right there.
And especially what Gunther told us yesterday, the fact that they keep the same protection, they keep the same action in the backfield, but they'll tinker with the routes on the outside. So what Oakland is seeing is the same setup of the play, but the patterns are all different. This is the first time they're going to be seeing those today.
A lot of imbalance in the play selection from the Oakland 40. First and 10. There goes a flag, and the handoff to Anders, blown dead in mid-motion.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 18, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
That's on the quarterback and the 7th offensive penalty on the Chiefs. Gerback has been sacked 3 times today. That is a season high.
It's only a matter of time before defenses figure out that the play action is not a threat because they don't run the football. And other teams are going to see what Oakland has done today, and they're going to implement that same kind of defensive scheme against the Chiefs.
Raider 45, first and 15. Outside it goes and trickles off the fingertips of Kimball Anders. Dorsett was defending. It'll be second down. Well, let's take a look at the East. The Jets right now are tied with Denver at 20. Buffalo won again. They beat the Jets last week. The Patriots today, they're at 5-4 and very much alive. Miami with a swarming win in Detroit over the Lions, and the Colts losing shockingly to Chicago.
And New England will play the role as a spoiler down the stretch for the AFC East. They have games against these teams. They're out of the playoff picture, but they can ruin somebody's season in the months of November and December.
45-yard line, second down, 15. Gerback flushed from the pocket, shovel pass. It's caught by Richardson. One-on-one with Beekert. That's a tough match, but he gets away and dives for a first down. But not he's short. Beekert had him. Beekert had him. A gain of 8 on the play. And that is a rare whiff by Beekert.
Greg Beekert doesn't miss very many tackles, especially when he's got his hands on you.
Well, Tennessee won today. Another Al Del Greco field goal. Baltimore finally got a touchdown. First in 5 games. 3 touchdown passes by Dilfer. Pittsburgh lost at the last second in Tennessee after winning 5 consecutive games. Third down long, 37-yard line. Changing the play.
Looks like they're audible right here at the line of scrimmage.
Here comes Gerback, who fires a pass to the side. Almost picked off by Woodson on a pass intended for Alexander. It's incomplete. Are they in 4-down territory?
I really think they have to be at this point. You've only got 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the third quarter, and you're down 25. I think they really have no other option but to go for it on 4th down. Derek Alexander and Charles Woodson matched up at the top of the screen. Watch the break that Charles Woodson gets right here. He comes out of that break so quickly and gets back underneath the pass. That's just a great athletic ability by Charles Woodson.
4th and 7 from the 37. Gerback with whistle up the middle. The pass is caught by Kevin Lockett and should be good for a first down. He was jousting on the side with Dorsett. Completed pass. First down for the Chiefs. And a flag is down back at the 46-yard line. Right now, the ball marked at the 29.
Roughing the passer.
It's on the Raiders.
Number 96. Defense.
And last week, Darryl Russell had 2 critical personal fouls in the game against San Diego. He's got another one this afternoon. He's been playing well. He's got a couple of sacks. But, hey, if you can't get there on time, pull up. Be a smart player. You know, that's not a whole lot, but he pushes him into Reagan Upshaw. And you can see the compromising position that Elvis got himself into. That's just a foolish play. You're not there in time. You don't need to give him that extra little shove. It costs your team 15 yards, puts him in position when you've got a commanding lead to get back in the game and gain some momentum.
Russell comes out. Taves comes in. First down and 10 inside the Raider 15. Gonzalez moving. Here goes Gerback. Fires a pass, and it's caught at about the 5-yard line by the aforementioned Gonzalez. And he was smothered there by Marquez Pope. Close to a first down. In fact, they get it by the length of a football inside the 4. First and goal, Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez plays in a professional summer basketball league in California, and that a lot of the people say he has great presence with everybody around him. He knows where everybody is, and you can see him being able to find these little dead areas. He can feel where the coverage is behind him.
And he got 100 yards now for the game. First and goal, and slipping was Bennett with no place to run, no place to hide. Dale Russell is there. You've just watched in the play before NFL history, Tony Gonzalez has become the first tight end in NFL history to post 4 consecutive 100-yard games. 7 catches today, 103 yards for this 4th-year tight end out of camp.
And he's being mentioned with some very elite company. When you talk about Kellen Winslow and Ozzie Newsome, it's young in his career right now. He's only 4 years into his NFL career, but he's putting up some incredible numbers right now.
Second down goal at the Raider 9. Alexander on the move. Gerback to the end zone. Wide open. The aforementioned Alexander. Touchdown, Kansas City. His 3rd in 2 weeks. A 9-yard strike. No yellow on the field. Will the Chiefs try for 2?
And you can see Tony Gonzalez and Marquez Pope jawing a little bit on the outside. I think Marquez was happy that Tony didn't get it, but all the concentration on Tony Gonzalez really lets Derek Alexander slip into the end zone uncovered by anybody. Obviously a coverage blown in that situation, but I really think that what Tony Gonzalez does is he makes you think about where he is so much that it's very easy to lose track of somebody else.
Alexander with 8 touchdown catches this season. They'll try the extra point on the Sauerbrunn hole in the Kendall Gammon Center. It's up by Peterson. So a familiar tandem, Gerback to Alexander, and the Chiefs down 35-17.
Hello, I'm Charles Gaines. When I found out that XO Communications had customer service agents available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, well, naturally, I felt we should too.
Thank you for calling Mega Telco. This is Balcazar, Prince of Misery and Apprentice to Evil. May I help you?
It's all about serving you better.
They can't. We do. Voice, data, and web for business. XO, not just talk.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines. A tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the 225-year history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
What kind of a company are we? We're a company of 70,000 people. People with families and children, hopes and expectations. We're a community with a shared conviction that if we can just make others' lives better and easier and more prosperous and secure, then our lives will be better too. We're First Union, and that's the kind of company we are.
Her intelligence guided a president. Her grace captivated a nation. Her courage inspired the world. CBS presents the untold story of Jackie Bouvier Kennedy Onassis. You ready?
I hope so.
Joanne Whalley, Tim Matheson. Jackie, CBS tonight.
Elvis Gerbach has just thrown his 15th consecutive touchdown pass. That breaks the record he shared with the legendary Hall of Fame quarterback Len Dawson. And the Chiefs now have cut the lead of Oakland in half. And here's the subsequent kickoff by Sauerbrunn. Picked up by David Dunn with the flank ahead. He breaks one tackle of Ron George. Grabbed by Parker. Hit by Barty and snuffed by Warfield. And he's out to about the 36-yard line. It's a 31-yard return by the much-traveled David Dunn.
The touchdown actually wasn't a blown coverage. Here's your man-to-man matchup right here. Tony Gonzalez arc releases. He gets caught in a little pick situation right here. You see Charles Woodson get bumped off. Derek Alexander breaks free. Nice job of play calling. Nice job of execution. Picks are illegal in football, but if you disguise them well enough, they can't see them.
You know something about that, do you?
Once in a while, I was the designated pick person. I was never on the receiving end, but I was always the guy that got bumped around by everybody.
Gannon today, 17 of 25, 3 touchdown passes. He's hit 7 different receivers. On the 36, 1st and 10, fake end around to Jet. Instead, they give it to Napoleon Kaufman, who digs his way for a gain of 2 and brought down by a couple Chiefs, including Bush and Edwards and Wesley.
Boy, Greg Wesley is he's very, very impressive. I mean, he is not playing like a rookie. I mean, he's a real physical force in the secondary for the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is going to be a guy that you're going to hear a lot about in the upcoming years. He's just special teams, in the regular defensive packages. He's got great range at the safety position, but boy, does he bring a bunch when he comes up to put a hit on a back.
Chiefs have a pretty good history of secondary people over the years. 2nd down and 8 up near the 37-yard line. Play fake. Good block by Lincoln Kennedy, and the pass is dropped 50-yard line again for the tight end Ricky Dudley. Jerome Woods and Lou Bush were covering on the play. Boy, they've gone at Dudley often today.
But, they really were holding back on something yesterday when we asked them about Ricky Dudley trying to get back into the offense. They have made a concerted effort to get him involved in the passing game today. And he's had a few big plays. He's had a few opportunities where he hasn't followed through, but John Gruden, he threw us a little bit of a curveball yesterday. We
asked him, Gruden, we asked Gannon about Dudley. They both were very non-committal. Shows you those meetings and what they're worth.
Well, we still had to go talk to the Kansas City people. I guess they didn't trust us.
Gannon has hit 6 different receivers on 3rd down, and now he faces 3rd down and 8 near his 38. And a timeout. Play clock had about 2 seconds on it. You probably saw an alignment he didn't like, and so burns a timeout, meaning Oakland has 2 left. 9 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. So many great numbers coming into this game. Chiefs coming in had won 5 of their last 6 games overall, 2 straight. Raiders had won 5 consecutive games coming into today. Raiders with their best start since 1984. First place in the division. The last 3 games between these two have been decided by last-second field goals to culminate 4th quarter comebacks. I mean, one wonderful number and statistic after another. Well, there's only one way to see all the action of this game on the field. You need to be inside the Monster.com blimp. The Monster.com blimp is providing us with these live shots of the game today. We have two blimps. This one is called Skeeter. The other one is called Aiden. That, by the way, is the name of Daryl's 9-month-old boy. In case he's watching back in Dallas today, we can say that already. Mention. Yes. 3rd down and 8.
18 years from now, he's going to walk up to you and go, "You the guy that called me a blimp?"
Well, then watch his food. 3rd and 8 from the 38 for Gannon. He's thrown 3 touchdown passes today, and he's looked brilliant. Blitz is on. Here comes Edwards. There goes the pass. Incomplete. Double covered by both Hasty and Woods. Was wide receiver Tim Brown. And John Browning was coming up the middle and drilled the quarterback Gannon. And they've got to punt the ball on 4th down.
John Browning, another one of the guys on the defense that's been very impressive throughout the season. He's played all the different positions on the defensive line because of injuries, and you can see him there with a nice shot on Rich Gannon as he gets the ball away.
After the Kansas City touchdown pass, that was a very important defensive stand for the Chiefs.
Very big defensive stand.
That is the second 3 and out by the Raiders. Punt by Leckler as the rush came on. Kevin Lockett will wave it off, and it's a poor punt. It'll be inside the 40 someplace, as no time remains on the 3rd quarter clock. Marking it at the 33. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. The Raiders 35, the Chiefs 17. Don't go away. These games have always come down to the 4th quarter. Now this from your local CBS station.
When Doug gets a job teaching,
I am Mr. Heffernan.
Higher education hits a new low.
Yeah!
Ricky Lake stars on an all-new King of Queens Monday.
It's the mini-series OJ doesn't want you to see. American Tragedy, CBS, November 12th.
What's gotten into everyone? Ah, that's what. The Mercury Mountaineer. It's rugged. It's luxurious. And now it comes with $500 worth of gas from Diamond Shamrock, plus $1,000 cash back. So stop by your Mercury dealer today and fill up with happiness.
Announcing a breakthrough in pizza technology. A pizza inside a pizza. To demonstrate how much we can pack inside Pizza Hut's new Insider, we're going to take this elephant and pack him inside this phone booth. Smashing. How do we get it all in?
Well, we took one thin crust with 6 cheeses, sealed it with another crust of even more cheese. And that's the amazing new Insider Pizza, all for just $9.99.
Get that, will you?
The Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut, another one of the best pizzas under one roof.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road.
When it comes to the great outdoors, Texans can take it to the max in Ford Expedition and Excursion. Maximum comfort, maximum power, and now maximum savings with financing as low as 0.9%. Get to your Texas Ford dealers, home of the #1 selling sport utilities in Texas, and take your adventures to the max because
Ford is the best in Texas.
UPN2 Cable Channel 4, the new home of the Spurs.
We go to the 4th quarter. Kevin Harlan, Daryl Johnston, Beasley Reese. And if you're a Chiefs fan, you look no further than last year right here. Down by 14 points. The Chiefs scored 17 unanswered in the 4th quarter to beat the Raiders. Handoff on 1st down. Kimball Anders with a huge hole and a fumble on the play. It looked like the Raiders and maybe Marquez Pope jumped on it. They did. It's a turnover. It's the 3rd of the day by Kansas City. And Kansas City came into today tied for #1 in the NFL giveaway takeaway.
And who would have expected a running call in that situation? They catch Oakland kind of sleeping a little bit, but at the end the fumble comes out. Boy, I tell you, every time Kansas City is about to make that breakthrough point, they have a critical turnover. They had a couple in the first half deep in Oakland territory that cost them some points. Right now a chance to really get back into this football game, and they have a critical fumble.
Raiders take over on their 44. They got a 1st down and 10. Here comes Tim Brown towards you. And the handoff to Tyrone Wheatley, who left the game earlier as the tackle was made by Patton after a gain of 2 up to the 46. Wheatley left the game earlier with the high ankle sprain. Got it retaped, came back out, and that was outstanding. He had a great gain earlier in the game of 38 yards, which set up the first Oakland score. As you take a look at Wheatley and some scores, Seattle holding on to a 2-point lead. Arizona on top by a point. They got a big vote in Arizona coming up this week about a new stadium.
Maybe some additional motivation by the Arizona Cardinals today.
46-yard line, 2nd down, 8. Wheatley and Crockett in the eye. Crockett's got a touchdown run today, as does Wheatley. Breaking a tackle, McLaughlin breaks a tackle, Browning, and finally doused by linebacker Marcus Patton after he gets a first down, chugging for 8 yards. Mark it at the Kansas City 44. NFC Central, Minnesota, Green Bay play tomorrow night. Detroit losing to Miami. Tampa Bay won today, and Chicago shocked Indianapolis.
But Tampa Bay, the key right here in this division, they were the preseason favorite, probably not only in the Central, but it may be in the NFC. They got off to a horrible start, but they're playing very good football right now.
So a first down, great second effort by the Michigan Wolverine. Wheatley, 44 of Kansas City, 1st and 10 for Gannon. Wheatley again runs into his own blocker, Sims, and then is taken down by both Lou Bush and Greg Wessel. So a loss in the play of about 3. 2nd long coming up as you take a look at Lou Bush, the ex-San Diego Charger. Giants' best record, best start since 1980. Redskins in the fight of their life against Arizona. Philadelphia and Dallas, and Philadelphia won today over the Cowboys.
And they end up sweeping them, but the Giants are the surprise in this division. 7-2, but a very quiet 7-2. Nobody talks about the New York Giants. You hear a lot about Philly, you hear a lot about what Washington is doing, but nobody talks about the Giants, not only in the division, but in the conference itself.
47-yard line, 2nd and 13, rolling out of the pocket is Gannon. Has to get inside the 35, run out of bounds by Woods, and got it by a yard. He's incredible. 34-year-old Rich Gannon running for 14 yards. And an Oakland first down.
And this has really been the key to the Raiders' success all afternoon. In the first quarter, you'll see him move around the pocket, buy some time, draw the defender up, and then get the ball to Andre Rison for the touchdown. Here he avoids the blitz by Donnie Edwards, dumps the ball out for a long play. And then when you start to stay back and not come up, he finds the lanes, exploits that, and converts first down. And we just saw that on the last play right here as Rich Gannon scrambles for the first down. He knows exactly where the yard markers are when he gets out of that pocket.
From the Chiefs 34, it's 1st and 10 for Gannon and the Raiders. And off to Kaufman, grabbed by Marcus Patton and brought down after a gain of a couple yards on the play. And they mark him down at the 31-yard line. Now the NFC West. St. Louis at 7-1. New Orleans, they won today, 6-3. Jim Haslett may be Coach of the Year in the NFL.
Yeah, you talk about Dave Wannstedt, but I really think you got to look at what Jim Haslett has done. He's playing old-time football in New Orleans. They're playing great defense, and they're running the ball with Ricky Williams. They are a very physical football team. A huge win today in the Superdome over the San Francisco 49ers.
So now 6-3 New Orleans. They won last week over Arizona, 21-10. 2nd down and 8. Raiders at the Kansas City 31-yard line. Nice fake, good block by Lincoln Kennedy. Time for Gannon. Throws a pass right on the money at the 15-yard line. It's grabbed by the Hall of Famer to be Tim Brown. It's a gain of 16. James Hasty makes the tackle for Kansas City. Another Oakland first down. The 8th all-time leading receiver in the history of the National Football League.
And he is like clockwork. You see the production that he's had over the years, 93 through 99. He's Mr. Consistency. He's always going to be there. Now, this season, the catches aren't up there. He doesn't have the number of catches, but look for the production to be the same. He's a leader on this football team, and one of the reasons they're off to this great start.
16-yard gain, 5 catches today with his first catch coming in this half moments ago. Timeout taken by Gannon. Clock was down to a second. He's running out of time. So now the Raiders have one timeout with 10:44 to play in the game, and leading the Chiefs 35-17.
There is no danger, however, as the satellite's now expected to smash into Quasi, an uninhabited part of the Australian outback. Scientists say the 12...
Do you, Yahoo?
Coach, you traded a #1 draft pick for Fred, an employee of the Staples Tech Center?
We think he's going to fit right into our group, so we're excited to get him.
Fred might be able to help you with the latest technologies, but he's never even played Pee Wee League before.
We're a little concerned about that.
Does this have anything to do with your team getting a good deal on cell phones?
Well, does it? That wouldn't be a new cell phone, would it?
No.
It sounds like one to me.
Get the power of 3, the Intel Pentium 3 processor.
A letter marked urgent usually means someone is in urgent need of your money, and no one plays that game better than politicians. 60 Minutes tonight.
Beautiful Bay Area. Oakland with the beautiful day, 35-17. Kevin Harlan alongside Moose Johnston. Is Oakland getting ready to level the knockout punch here on the Chiefs?
Well, they've really put themselves in the position to deliver the knockout punch, and it comes after another turnover by the Kansas City Chiefs in Oakland territory. That's been the story of the game so far. They've gotten down there, but they have turned the ball over.
Raiders today, no turnovers, no sacks allowed. 1st and 10, Gannon operating deep in Kansas City territory. At the 15, the Raiders 4 of 4 for touchdowns inside the Chiefs' red zone today. Handoff goes to Kaufman, who darts left, then darts right, and is picked up by Edwards after a gain of 3. And they'll spot him at about the 12. I've always liked him, and I've always liked Donnie Edwards, too. But this is a very uncharacteristic Kansas City defensive effort this afternoon, and the mistakes just did not plague this team this season.
It's been a very uncharacteristic Kansas City defense throughout the season. They have really reversed what they've done in the past, but today their offense has put them in awkward situations, and they have struggled with the turnovers, whereas Oakland has played very sound football and has not beat themselves. 2nd down 7 from the Kansas City 12 for the Raiders. Here comes Dwayne Clemens, and he devours running back Napoleon Kaufman. And he is knocked down at the 15-yard line. So back to the original line of scrimmage and a loss of 3, 3rd and 10. Gannon, 3 touchdown passes today. And as we mentioned before, unscathed, not sacked once. And one of the big things we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast were all the injuries that were surrounding the Oakland Raiders team when we came in. Tyrone Wheatley and John Ritchie questionable. Sebastian Janikowski out. Lance Johnstone already out. Matt Stinchcomb out. But that really hasn't affected them today. They have played exceptionally well with a lot of second-tier guys stepping up and performing.
Final timeout burned by Gannon on a 3rd and 10 from the Chiefs 15. This is a very important play coming up for Coach John Gruden and his quarterback Rich Gannon. It could be that knockout punch we were talking about. 9:24 in the 4th. It's the Raiders 35-17.
Play TV. Some televisions have all the fun. Imagine blue on 10 cups of coffee. Vortex. A new color for the new Beetle.
Never once did your car ask you for flowers. Never once did it ask you if it looks fat. Or did it get mad at you for leaving the seat up? Doesn't it deserve something special in return?
A chunky Super Bowl moment. Terrell Davis's mom filled him up right with new Campbell's Chunky Grilled Sirloin and Vegetables. Fired up by this chunky grilled classic, Terrell made like grilled steak and sizzled.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Replay TV.
Some televisions have all the fun. Cadillac, the power of and, the fusion of design and technology. And by Campbell's Chunky, soup that eats like a meal.
After a Oakland timeout, 3rd and 10 from the Chiefs 15. Gannon, plenty of time. Great blocking on the play by Sims, by Dudley. Here comes the rush. Finally, he runs out of time, looking for Crockett at the 10. Incomplete pass. They gave him all day to throw. Great coverage by Kansas City.
Great coverage by Kansas City to have Rich moving around that much, being that mobile, to give them that much time to freelance and ad-lib and trying to do something to create some separation. Great discipline by the Kansas City Chiefs defenders to stay with their men in that situation.
Sebastian Janikowski is out before game time, a bacterial infection. So here is Shane Leckler, who has not tried a field goal in college or pro since 1997. When he was at Texas A&M. This is a 33-yard try, and as you might expect, no good. He only found out literally minutes before kickoff today. Much of the chagrin of John Gruden. Chiefs get it back, trailing 35-17.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Happy birthday to me.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
Hello. Security.
Make it a Bud Light.
Do you know me? Probably not. In my daily life, I like to be recognized. Hi. When I shop on the internet, I prefer a little privacy, which is why I use the American Express card. With private payments, I get the security of a unique number created for each purchase I make. It's just one of the ways American Express helps me protect my identity online. And soon they'll even help me surf the net anonymously, giving me the recognition I'm looking for. None. American Express. Don't leave home pages without it.
Today at IBM.com, we're talking about the ThinkPad A20. Huge 15-inch screen, Intel Pentium 3 processor, a video in-out port that makes multimedia easy. These things are selling so fast, I just had Leon order another 1,000.
Okay, wait, 1,000? Chris, didn't you say 1 million? Because that's what I ordered.
Buy 2 or 3. Buy a whole bunch.
A wrongful conviction made him a fugitive. His search for the real killer made him a hunter. Friday, Dr. Richard Kimball, put the gun down, will become a hostage.
No! This never should have happened.
Problem is, it did.
You won't believe what happens next. The Fugitive, all new CBS Friday.
Kansas City's defense holds. Plenty of time left. 9:10 to play in the game. No timeouts, Oakland. 3 timeouts, Kansas City. They're back 1st and 10. Lobs it across the middle. Caught by Richardson up at the 31-yard line. Tackled by William Thomas and Anthony Dorsett along with Biegert. Hurry-up offense. 2-minute offense, I would assume, right now.
Yeah, they have to get some points in a hurry, so they're going to be in the hurry-up mode for the rest of this football game. And I would be very surprised to see anything get down the field anywhere past the defender.
2nd down, 3. There's a pass reception by Gonzalez. And then he is wrapped up. A flag is down at the 37-yard line. Gonzalez set NFL history earlier this game with his 4th consecutive 100-yard receiving game. First time ever a tight end has gotten that in the NFL.
Holding. 49. Defense. Penalties declined. Play results in a 1st down.
That's Marquez Pope in the secondary. He's been with a lot of teams. So now at the Raider 48, it's 1st and 10, 8.5 minutes to play. Chiefs with their full complement of timeouts in that hurry-up offense. Richardson with the block. Here comes Grady Jackson bearing down on Gerback, and he throws it away, wisely incomplete. And the Raiders are arguing that he was still inside the pocket. Thus, he should have been whistled and a penalty thrown, and that is the discussion going on at the 41-yard line. Now, for those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the Chiefs and Raiders. 60 minutes is on deck immediately following this game. No penalty flag, and I think rightfully so. You think he was out of the pocket, which is tight end to tight end?
Well, John Tate and Victor Riley are some big tackles, but I don't think they're that big. I don't think they cover that much ground. So I think he was definitely outside the box, which gives him the ability to throw the ball out of bounds.
Second down 10. Good block by Willis. The throw caught by Alexander, and there he goes. A foot race. He'll be in for 6. 48-yard touchdown pass, and Alexander gets his second touchdown reception of the day.
That's just, you can see the frustration on John Gruden's face. How can that happen in this situation? That's the one thing that you can't let happen. Make them throw the ball underneath, let them take the short passes, keep them in bounds, keep the clock running. But you see here, it's the deep end that everybody talks about. It opens up. Elvis Gerbach makes the throw, but, man, I do not understand that in that situation.
Gerbach has now thrown 2 or more touchdowns in 7 consecutive games. The hold by Sauerbrunn and the extra point by Peterson is up and in. And Kansas City may be back in business. 8:19 to play, trailing 35-24.
The fact that I'm responsible for the upbringing of another human being is utterly ridiculous. How did this happen? Suddenly, I'm the one saying, don't touch the cookie on the ground. When I'm really thinking, 5-second rule. That cookie just hit the ground. That cookie is still good.
Samsung joyfully introduces the world as you make it, where our digital technology has one job: to make life more fun. We want to thrill you, connect you, charm you, satisfy you, and delight you.
Everyone's invited
To the Samsung digital experience.
1-800-COLLECT presents the coolest way to save on collect calls.
Stop! 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 Stop!
Who you calling collect? Dial 1-800-COLLECT. 1-800-COLLECT. Easy, huh? Easy. Hey! Saves the people you call at least a buck or two. Got it? That's great. 1-800-COLLECT. As in, collect calls.
1-800-COLLECT, the hip way to save a buck or two.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. And by Samsung. Welcome to the Samsung digital experience, where everyone's invited.
The Chiefs are alive. Moments ago, a 48-yard touchdown pass to Derek Alexander. Raiders lead by 11. What do you expect here now? Possibly an onside kick?
It's got to be an onside kick. The question is, do they do it out of the traditional set? No, they're going to kick it away.
And they go deep, and David Dunn will circle under it. And the run at the 13-yard line with the seam. And breaks the tackle on the play of O'Neal, and finally grabbed by Gracie Walker. And the kicker, Sauerbrunn. 35-yard return by Dunn.
And you see Elvis getting a little bit of a pressure as he steps up and throws. He finds Derek Alexander on the deep end. The safety was taken away by a post route that cleared everything out. It's just unacceptable in that situation. And here you'll see these two inside guys will cross. The deep end will come here. The post will take that safety out of there. That's how he became so wide open. But this is a basic play. This is a fundamental play in the Kansas City Chiefs offense. They should have never let that situation happen at that stage of the football game.
Now the Raiders respond at their own 47. First down and 10 yards to go. Brown is on the move, trailed by Hasty. Handoff goes to Wheatley, grabbed by McLaughlin after a gain of about a yard on the play up to the 48-yard line. McLaughlin played it well. Oakland is out of timeouts. The Chiefs have 3, under 8 to play, and the clock ticking here in the 4th. Do you keep it on the ground if you're the Raiders? Do you stay aggressive? Do you go in a shell like the Chiefs did against the Raiders in Kansas City, or do you just let it rip?
Well, they've been aggressive on the ground, so I think they've got the best of both worlds right now. They've run the ball very effectively. It's been a big part of their offense today, so I would keep doing it. I'm just surprised that the Chiefs didn't go onside kick in that situation.
Second down 9 from the 48. Play action by Gannon. Dumps it off. Caught by Crockett. Chased by Edwards and belted by Dennis out of bounds. He's got a first down to the Kansas City 37. It's a gain of 14 yards. Tonight on 60 Minutes, a letter marked urgent usually means someone is in urgent need of your money, and no one plays that game better than politicians. 60 Minutes tonight, Touched by an Angel, then the CBS Sunday night movie Jackie Bouvier, Kennedy Onassis. All on CBS. Clock is down and approaching 7:15. First down and 10. Clock here in the stadium at 7:05. We're 7 seconds off, and on 1st and 10, the pitch out goes to Coughlin, slides inside, dazzles with the move, stiff arms his way inside the 15, finally brought down by Woods. 24-yard gain. Woods got the stiff arm in his face. They're down to the Kansas City 13-yard line, and that's how John Gruden and the Raiders respond to their backs somewhat against the wall with the resurging Chiefs team.
And when you get Napoleon Kaufman in the game, you have to expect the outside running game of the Oakland Raiders. And not only that, but look at the missed tackles again. There's 2 or 3 missed tackles on all of their long runs today. They have not done the fundamental things right this afternoon. They have turned the ball over, they have missed tackles, and they have not converted on their opportunities.
171 rushing yards today by the Raiders, 161 in game 1. On the 13, 1st and 10, Wheatley again sent right up the gut and stopped by McLaughlin and by Edwards on a gain of 2. Spotting him near the 11-yard line. Make it closer to the 10. A concerned Gunther Cunningham.
Well, I mean, I think you can understand the trouble that they've had in the passing game. They've gotten some matchups against the younger guys in the secondary. The youth of the secondary will always be a concern for Gunther Cunningham throughout this season. But the way they have run the football with the front 4 and the linebacker group that they have at Kansas City, to me, is the big disappointment today. They have not stepped up in their front 7 to stop this running game of the Oakland Raiders.
2nd down, 7, shy of the 10 for the Raiders, who lead it by 11. Fake handoff, bootleg by Gannon, inside the 10, has Hasty to beat and eats the ball at the 4. He'll be close to a first down. On the bootleg, again is 6 by Rich Gannon, one of the best in the business at scrambling in the NFL.
And watch what he does at the end of this play. It was probably a bootleg that he called himself, but watch him stay in bounds. Don't run out of bounds. Stay in bounds and keep the clock going. He gets down to the ground, avoids the big hit, but he keeps the clock.
Watch how he holds the ball, though.
He's not real secure out there as he's coming around the corner. I think he expected not to see anybody when he came around the corner. I think James Hasty was a surprise to be out there.
Gannon has outrushed the Chiefs today, 33 yards to 31. 3rd down, 1 yard to go at the Kansas City 4. Handoff to Wheatley, dives for the first down, surging down to the 2. Wisniewski block led the way, 1st and goal to go Raiders. Clock is ticking, Chiefs with 3 timeouts, but failing to stop the clock. Raiders are out of timeouts. As you see, the red zone by the Raiders last week and today, pretty effective.
Unbelievable turnaround from last week to this week, and you could see the difference right when the game started. They were so much more emotional as the game started. Last week, watching them on film, they were very flat, very out of sync the entire night. You'll give credit to San Diego's defense, but a lot of that has to go to the way they played last week.
Wheatley's a receiver from the 2. 1st and goal. Crockett gets the handoff, tripped up by Steve Martin, and then tumbles ahead, back literally to the line of scrimmage. Marcus Patton was there, but it was Steve Martin that tripped him up, and Gunther Cunningham is going to burn the first of his 3 timeouts. Chiefs have 2 remaining. Next Saturday, it's conference crunch time in the SEC. South Carolina will take on the Florida Gators. It all starts with Tim Brando and Spencer Tillman with the Volkswagen College Football today. Home Depot College Football Show at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, right here on CBS.
What a job that Lou Holtz has done with South Carolina. 0-11 last year, and the way they've played this year, it's just unbelievable turnaround.
Everywhere he's gone, he's turned around the program.
Everywhere he has gone.
So the ball's inside the Kansas City 3, nearing the 2. 2nd down goal coming up for the Raiders. San Diego's gone up on top of Seattle. Denver is leading the New York Jets at the 2-minute warning at the Meadowlands. Upset today, the Colts lost in Chicago after trailing 27-0. It was a final of 27-24. 2nd down goal at the 2, 8th play of the drive. Fake handoff to Wheatley. Look at the time. And the pass, touchdown. Ricky Dudley with his 2nd touchdown reception of the day, and that may be the knockout punch the Raiders were looking for. Ricky Dudley came into today's game with no touchdown receptions. He just clutches on to his second of the day. He's had a big day. Extra point by Leckler is up and through. 3:57 to play. The Oakland Raiders on top of the Kansas City Chiefs convincingly 42-24.
And the key to this play is the ability for Rich Gannon to just sit back here in the pocket. He's looking around for everybody. Ricky Dudley actually slipped out late. You saw Lou Bush coming free. Ricky Dudley's on the left of your screen, blocking number 51, Lou Bush. He lets him go and drifts after he sees the ball hasn't thrown. Everybody loses track of him.
Rich Gannon has tied a career high for 4 touchdown receptions, and the former college basketball player at Ohio State, Ricky Dudley, like Tony Gonzalez of the Chiefs, slamming it over the crossbar. 4 touchdown passes today by Gannon, tying the career high. He has been almost impeccable, as he was in Kansas City in the first meeting earlier this season when he passed for 84%. Today, almost the same, and a much better result.
And another one of the keys, obviously the play of Rich Gannon today, but also the way that Oakland has run the football. Those big guys up front, Barry Sims, Steve Wisniewski, Barrett Robbins, Mo Collins, and Lincoln Kennedy, 188 rushing yards. They have controlled the tempo and the physical part of this football game.
Harry Parker up the middle, and then finally brought down by 55, Bobby Brooks and David Dunn. So now it looks grim for the Chiefs with under 4 to play and 60 minutes on deck, except on the West Coast. The options are limited for the Chiefs right now.
Well, I go back to the decision that Gunther Cunningham made on the onside kick. I don't think you kick the ball away at that point because you haven't played good defense up until that point. Oakland has really controlled the flow of the game. They've run the ball effectively. You know they're going to come out and kill the clock. I say you take your chance with the onside kick. You've got to have 2 scores anyways. It's not like you're only down 1 where you can make a stop and get the ball back.
We're back as 3 wide receivers, has the ball at his 28-yard line and has it first down and 10. Here comes the rush by Russell. He dumps it off screen pass with a block by Willis. It's a catch by Richardson. And he moves the pile past the 35, near the 36, picking up 7. Tackle made by Roderick Coleman. And 3.5 to play with 2nd and 3 on deck for Cunningham's offense. From the 35. We're back to the sideline. That one is caught, should be good for a first down. Alexander tackled by Woodson, gain of 5 on the play. On 2nd and 3.
And tackled in bounds by Charles Woodson, which keeps the clock moving.
40-yard line, 1st and 10 for Gerback. 4 receivers platooned. Good block by Tate and by Willis, and outside it goes for Kevin Lockett. Lost his balance and fell out of bounds up to the 47-yard line. And a gain of 7 on the play. The Raiders will play next Monday night at Denver, then at New Orleans. 2 very treacherous games on the docket for first place Oakland.
New Orleans, Pittsburgh, and the Jets look like the big tough games for Oakland down the stretch. But remember what we talked about earlier today, the fact that Oakland has really struggled after they've had good first halves of the season. That's got to be in the back of their minds. Hopefully John Gruden has changed that with his new style.
Gonzalez jumps on 2nd down and 3.
Prior to the snap, false start, 88, remains 2nd down.
Well, you're down by 18 with 2:57 to play. 2 timeouts. Quarterback has thrown 2 interceptions. Does Gruden ever settle down? Do you think he ever relaxes?
I don't think he ever relaxes. I know he rarely sleeps, so I don't think he ever has probably more than 4 or 5 hours in the day where he is relaxed.
2nd and 8. Gerback throwing the pass, wobbly down the side, not a receiver to be found, incomplete. Alexander was about 16 yards upfield the other way.
And here's that graphic again. Yeah. They've just really struggled for some reason as they finish the season. 1995, 8-2. 1998, 6-2. But look what happens that second part of the season. 1995 to go 0-6. and in 1998, just recently, to go 2-6. Both of those becoming 8-8 seasons. I don't see this football team doing that again this year.
3rd and 8 for Gerback as the pocket crumbles, going deep, looking for Morris. He caught the ball, and what a catch by the rookie. Morris to the Raider 32-yard line, a pickup of 25 yards. We've seen acrobatic catches most of the day from the Chiefs receivers.
I mean, Tony Gonzalez is the guy that's making them, and then now you see Sylvester Morris getting all the way out. I mean, Elvis is putting the ball out there, and they're just going and getting it.
32-yard line, 1st and 10. Good block by Blackshear. Time for the quarterback. Gerback, and he throws incomplete. Darian Gordon broke it up. They were looking deep inside the 5 for Tony Gonzalez. 2nd down and 10. The Chiefs will have a long flight back to Kansas City tonight, then back out to the West Coast for the 3rd consecutive week. Last week Seattle, this week Oakland, next week San Francisco, then Buffalo at Arrowhead, and Buffalo has won 2 in a row, and they're hot.
And look at the travel. They're going from coast to coast, San Francisco to Buffalo to San Diego to New England. That's going to take its toll on them. There's a lot of travel there. But the big thing for Kansas City now is they're going to have help from some of those opponents we saw that Oakland faces down the stretch to get back into this AFC West race.
2nd down, 10. Gerback hit as he throws. Great catch made by Lockett inside the 20-yard line. Then grabbed and brought down by Anthony Dorsett. Gain of 16 yards. Gerback today has a career-high passing 435 yards.
He has to with the way they've run the football. It's really been their only option today is throwing the football. And I just, Gunther talked, he would do anything to win this football game. He'd throw the ball 100 times if he had to. I didn't think he was serious.
From the 17, 1st and 10, caught by Alexander. He's caught 2 touchdown passes today. Loses his footing at the Raider 8. And shy of a 1st down by about a yard. We've reached the 2-minute warning. The Chiefs will have 2 timeouts remaining. They're down by a ton, 42-24.
54-yard field goal. 5 seconds left. Their season all comes down to this. Here's the snap. The kick is up. It's got the distance. It's good. It's done. It's all over.
Philips Digital Recorder with TiVo. Pauses, live TV, and a lot more.
So I can order HBO, right?
Yes, sir. Actually, 7 of them.
So it's got a pretty clear picture then?
100% digital quality.
Football?
Up to 13 NFL games every Sunday if you want them.
I love you.
I know, sir.
Now get free professional installation when you buy a DirecTV system and sign up for Total Choice programming.
Hi.
Imagine blue on 10 cups of coffee. Vortex, a new color for the new Beetle.
Someone thought they had committed the perfect crime.
We do this right, it'll open like a jar of pickles.
All that was left was a skeleton.
I heard she's bones. What a rush.
But after all these years,
I need you to make me a face.
CSI is going to give the victim justice.
Who are you?
An all-new CSI, CBS Friday.
60 minutes tonight, a letter marked urgent usually means someone is in urgent need of your money, followed by a touch by an angel. And the CBS Sunday night movie. It's 2nd down and 1. Here comes Richardson outside, belted by Eric Allen, and then had his head taken off by Dorsett on that 2nd and 1 run. And he's all the way to the Raider 3, where Kansas City will have it 1st down and goal to go. Chiefs 2 timeouts. If they score here, we'll have to start plotting some strategy.
I don't know how they can put together 18 in under 2 minutes.
I don't either. If they do, it would add a completely different chapter to this great rivalry. Gerback has the Chiefs record passing today, 444 yards. 1st and goal from the 3. Gerback with time. Now scrambles in. There's a block from Bennett, and he's in for the touchdown. Elvis Gerback runs it in. 3-yard touchdown run with 1:47 to play in the fourth quarter, and the Chiefs are down by 12. And they'll try the extra point.
And Elvis Gerback doing his imitation of Rich Gannon. He feels the pressure from the outside, steps up, makes a little move there to break to the outside, and a little show of confidence at the end there. Unusual when you're down by 12.
Gerback's first rushing touchdown. He's also thrown a couple today. The Denver Broncos have just beaten the New York Jets. Peterson's kick is up and in. So now Denver has a winning record, and for more on that game, who better to bring in than the Chief? Let's go to Jim Nance in New York.
All right, Kevin, 4th and goal for the Jets. Can they pull off another big-time comeback? 4th and goal. Here we go. Vinny shakes off the defender. Wide open, Richie Anderson. One-hop catch. Broncos win. No magic for the Jets today. Let's go back to Kevin and Daryl.
So Denver, thank you very much, Jim, goes to 5-4. The Jets drop to 6-3. As Gunther Cunningham paces, his team is down 42-31. And let's start to plot some strategy here, mister.
Well, I would have gone for 2 on the conversion, so we can start there. I didn't understand that. I guess they figure they have to score twice anyway, so they can do it, go for 2 the next time. But yeah, they have to onside kick here, obviously. But they need a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal to tie the game. Stranger things have happened, I'm sure, in the last minute and 50 seconds of a football game. But as you said, if it does, boy, will it add a nice chapter to this rivalry.
Ball's got to get at least 10 yards.
I hate this play in football, too.
Here comes Sauerbrunn, and the kick is loose, and I think vacuumed in by Charles Woodson of the Raiders. Boy, for a second there, your heart stopped if you're a Raider fan because it ricocheted off somebody's shin. Raiders have it. Timeouts for Kansas City. They've got 2. Raiders are out.
Not the greatest kick because it doesn't take that big hop. It really stays along the ground. And then right there, as you pointed out, it goes off the shin of Tim Brown. There's 3 Chiefs there, and Charles Woodson somehow comes away with the football.
Executive producers of the NFL on CBS, Sean McManus and Terry Ewert. Coordinating director is Larry Cavallina. Today's game produced by Bob Dekas and directed by Mark Grant. Senior producer of the NFL Today, Eric Mann. And it's directed by Bob Mattina. Coordinating producer of CBS Sports, Harold Bryant. Associate director of today's game, Steve Karasik. Broadcast associates, Jeffrey St. Aramond, and technical manager, Rick Godwin. Special thanks to statistician Pat McGrath. The ubiquitous Pat McGrath. First down and 10 from the 43. And it goes to Randy Jordan. Big hole, and there he goes. Chased by Wesley and in for the touchdown. That will put an exclamation mark on the Oakland Raiders' 6th consecutive win overall and their 3rd consecutive win over the Kansas City Chiefs.
That really sums up how the day has gone for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're just trying to run the clock out, and they break one for a touchdown.
Randy Jordan, a career-long 43-yard run, which happened to be a touchdown. Leckler's extra point is up and in. Randy Jordan, who made the team in '93, let go in the expansion draft to Jacksonville, reeled back in by the Raiders, and has been a very key component today for this team as the 3rd running back.
Just some great blocking. See Steve Wisniewski pulling around into the hole to take the last guy out, and then it's all Randy Jordan down the sideline with the speed to beat Greg Wesley. But that situation, all you're trying to do is run the clock out, and then they end up breaking a long one for a touchdown.
60 Minutes tonight on CBS, followed by Touched by an Angel. An all-new episode there. Then don't miss the incredible true story of Jackie Bouvier Kennedy Onassis. A CBS mini-series event, all here, all tonight on CBS. The Raiders will move their record to 8-1. And the Kansas City Chiefs will drop to 5-4 and 4-2 in the AFC West. Raiders will go to 5-1 in the division. Eckler's kickoff is away and taken by Larry Parker at the 5. On the block, breaks the tackle of Dunn. Flag is down. Then chased by Dunn out of bounds in Raider territory, marked somewhere near the 45, 46-yard line. But the flag is resting back at the 26. Oakland today, no turnovers, no sacks allowed, 231 yards rushing, and a total time of possession of over 38.5 minutes. Pretty impressive. And the Raiders have their 4th game this season without a turnover. Penalty was on the Chiefs. Updated statistics now, except for Denver. Denver will go to 5-4. And the Chiefs are tied with the Broncos in 2nd, but 3 games in back of the Raiders with 7 to play.
And both teams really going in different directions right now.
On the 15, they're back 1st and 10. Hines Gonzalez has had a history-making day, close to a first down, wrestled out of bounds by Garrett Gordon. And let's go off to New York and Jim Nance.
All right, Kevin, update in that AFC West at Seattle. Ryan Lindell, last play of the game from 48 yards, and he drills it dead center. Chargers now 0-9. They lose for the 2nd straight week by 2. Let's go back to you.
Thank you, Jim. Seattle lost 5 consecutive games going into that. 2nd down and about a yard. Across the middle it goes. Caught by Lockett. Races to the sideline. Gordon is there to shove him out of bounds at the 31-yard line. And a first down. Clock is stopped. 1:16. Chiefs 2 timeouts left.
It's kind of interesting to try and figure out where the Oakland Raiders fit now as the AFC starts to come into shape as we get towards the 2nd half of the season, moving towards the playoffs. Tennessee is the team that I've seen that's been very impressive. They don't win pretty, but they win their football games. Oakland was in that same mentality, that same mode up until today, but they've just had a huge breakout game today against the tough division opponent.
They're back on 1st and 10, scrambling for his life. Got the little shovel pass, lateral out to Richardson. After it looked like he was going to be eaten alive by Reagan Upshaw. And a gain on the play of 1. And a timeout taken by Kansas City, and they have 1 timeout left with 1:01 to play in the game. All right, so Denver has won. They're now 5-4. The Jets will drop to 6-3. Big day for Ed McCaffrey on the arm of Brian Greason. Arizona in a shocker beating Washington. The Redskins drop to 6-4. Dave McGinnis gets his first head coaching win of his career. Seattle watched San Diego with their 4th blown 4th quarter lead this season. Chicago led 27-0. Colts came back, but not enough. Bears with a rare win at Soldier Field today. Philadelphia beat your Dallas Cowboys. Andy Reid and his Eagles are now 6-3.
And Dallas losing back-to-back overtime games kind of summarizes their season right now. They can get close, but they just can't take that final step to push them back into contention.
32-yard line, 2nd down 9. Pass caught by slippery Alexander. Finally grabbed by Pope and past the 40-yard line, down at about the 41, close to a first down gain of 8.
A difficult situation for the Chiefs to be in right now. They know that there's not a chance for them to win this football game, but to be out there competing, that's what it's all about. And people are going to watch this game on film, and they want to see you playing till the end of the game, until that whistle blows.
30-yard line, at the 40-yard line, and it's a 3rd down and 1. Dump off to Richardson, who races out of bounds. And into Oakland territory at the 46-yard line. 60 minutes, except on the West Coast, is next. 14-yard gain. Gerback, and a record-setting passing day for the Kansas City Chiefs. 482 yards. Throwing by Gerback this afternoon. So from the Raider 46, it's 1st down and 10. 4 receivers, 3 at the bottom of your screen. Take the block, Gerback to throw. Lateral, hook and ladder, caught by Morris. Shuffles it out to Richardson. He's inside the 30, down at the 29. That is a first down. It's a gain of 17 on the play. Chiefs have a timeout. Clock continues to tick. And finally, they burn their final timeout. It looked like Gunther wanted that signaled for and wanted much earlier than when he got it.
You showed a little bit of frustration there. Hey, you know, that's a situation where, you know, you throw that play out, you put that play on tape in a situation where you're down 18. I might have wanted to kept that one in the old in the trick bag to a situation where, you know, it might pay off for a victory. But I haven't guessed right what Gunther's thinking all afternoon today, so why should I start now? But the Oakland Raider defense, you've talked about the numbers that Elvis Gerback has accumulated this afternoon. But besides that one big play to Derek Alexander, they have done what they set out to do today. They did not give up the big play, which has been a characteristic of that defense all season. They've done a tremendous job. They made him throw underneath and be very patient, and I think they frustrated him. I think they forced him into some bad decisions on those 2 interceptions early in the first half down on in Oakland territory that became big turning points for the football game.
With the win, the Raiders will go to 8-1. That is their best start in a non-strike season since 1977. First and 10 from the 29, across the middle, caught by Kevin Lockett, dives inside the 25, picks up 5, grabbed by Darian Gordon. Seconds remaining. Taves looked like he was offsides. In a non-strike season, the 8-1 mark is the best since 77, in a strike season since 76.
Penalty. Remain second down.
Following the penalty, 2nd and 1 at the 20-yard line.
Now 2nd down and 1 from the 20. Should be the final play of the game. Gerback hit by Coleman. He gets his 2nd sack today. And Gerback is sacked for the 4th time. And the Raiders beat the Kansas City Chiefs for the 3rd consecutive game. They're in first place with an 8-1 record. Now for Daryl Johnston and Beasley Reese, Kevin Harlan saying so long from the Coliseum in Oakland, where the final score is in. Raiders 49, Chiefs 31. You've been watching the NFL on CBS, home on Super Bowl 35.